Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
This drama contains adult language and partial nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
Internets.
What up, party people? You're listening to the Drunk Sports Podcast, talking sports, current events, guy stuff, and everything in between. Now open up a cold one and drink along, because here they are. Gentlemen.
You can buy me a drink.
We're all drunk.
Hello, and welcome, drunk dudes and dolls and drunk sports pod turds, to a Monday edition of the Drunk Sports Podcast, live from the FanStream Sports DSP Media Podcast Studios in North Dallas. Whew, it's a mouthful. We got to figure something out on that one.
Wow. I mean, it's your intro. You need to learn how to get on that horse.
I'm just get on some horse?
No,
What?
The horse.
I mean, I'll teach you about that.
We're starting already.
Mount the show, Tim.
I'm IndyCar Tim, as you probably can tell. Joined by my favorite co-host when Big Red's not here, the magical, mystical Colby Whiskey Tillman Sapp.
Thanks for that intro. When Big Red's not here, so like every time except for like one day a week when we do football picks.
I didn't want to make him cry if he was listening.
That's why you're in first chair.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you're in first chair.
He's in first chair.
We got some special guests here tonight. One PGA of America member who's bringing all the personality to the show. The Ohio boy via Florida. Mr. John Gerber's here. Hello, Johnny.
Well, good morning, guys. Is it morning still? Is it morning?
In Ohio, it is.
It's dark out, so I don't know whether it's day or night or morning. So you
must have got started already.
It's January 2nd, 2023. It's still morning.
If you like the banter between me and Johnny, you can hear us on From the Rough, normally Wednesdays from 5 to 6 here on the network.
Shameless plug.
Also, well, you're about to get one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's shameless or not.
No, I'm talking about for me.
By the way, Gary, have you ever had a plug?
No. I'm answering no before you even finish it.
I mean, my real question, as we say hello to Gary Jackson, one half of the Bottom Line Sports Talk Boys, normally heard
Is he the top half or the bottom
Tuesday.
half?
He's the left half,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say we're going to do left and right.
like Twix.
Right.
Yeah.
You can normally hear the Bottom Line Sports Talk Boys on Tuesdays from 7 to 8 or 8:30 or sometimes 9, depending on how long that freaking run sheet is every week.
Boy, that's pretty long.
That's like scrambled eggs, that run sheet, boy. I tell you.
Lord.
We got a lot of content to give y'all.
True.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Tim.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Are you?
There you go.
Oh.
Wow.
There you go.
I'd also like to say hello to two very special ladies that are watching the show tonight.
Oh, who's that? Ladies. Hello, ladies.
Gerb's mom and Gary's mom. Hello, ladies.
Mine's not on tonight.
Well, I sent her the link.
Woo!
I sent her the link.
Did you?
She might be on.
After the intro, Nancy Gerber might have already
She's already out.
shut it down. So, we'll see.
She tuned in.
Nah, I'm watching. They think I'm funny.
They do.
They don't want to tell you a lot.
Colby's mom used to watch us, but she doesn't watch anymore.
No.
She doesn't care anymore.
She doesn't think you're funny.
No, she used to.
No.
I think she was Team Lauren. I think she bolted when Team Lauren left town. Pulling the curtain back a little bit there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which one? There was
All
like
the meat curtains.
No,
Yeah,
Oh, is that what you meant?
no, Lauren. Like which Lauren? You
Well, the most
you've been with,
recent
like 3 Laurens.
matrimonial Lauren. That's no longer the matrimonial Lauren.
So Lauren's just the bad is like the bad word.
Is
for
that
you.
is he got to stay away from Lauren?
Lauren's
that's
up there
what
with
it is.
Jennifer's for me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Hey, I got a question.
or her?
How did
Yeah.
we get here?
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
That's what they asked you too.
We got a great show for everybody tonight. We're going to talk some Cowboys, of course, recap the Titans game, as some of the youth say it. It's either Titans, which drives me nuts, or Titans, which drives me less nuts, or you can just say it the right way, Titans. I don't know why there's 3 different ways in the English language to pronounce that word. But
sometimes you got to remember them too.
sometimes when there's only one pickle in the pickle jar, you just got to eat that pickle.
Just called no options.
Or just not eat the pickle?
I'm about to say what.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I mean,
I like pickles.
Cocktails are
Mark.
Mm.
Cocktails are good, okay? So we'll talk a little bit about the Cowboys. And, of course, we've got our Drunk Sports version of Celebrity Birthdays, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as Colby named it.
Yep.
Appropriately so.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go around the sports a little bit. We've got some Mavs news that I voluntarily put on the run sheet. Colby didn't have to force me to put Mavs stuff on the run sheet.
So proud of you.
And,
It's
of course,
2023.
ugh, gross. We'll talk, and we're not even talking about overrated Luka.
Oh,
Overrated
Hey,
what?
Say it again.
Oh,
Say it
God.
Yeah,
again.
y'all heard me.
Say it again.
But we will get into some college football playoff talk, boys, as that's happening. In the second hour, you will get my review, finally, that we've teased like 3 times, of the movie Sucker Punch.
Wow.
I finally finished it after watching Superbad for about 20 minutes drunk, realizing this isn't Sucker Punch. It's a different name.
But you realize you like Superbad, right?
I didn't like Superbad. It was stupid.
What?
It was horrible.
As you can tell, his taste in just about everything is off.
What is going?
We have a bunch of fun with real audio and video. As a matter of fact, it has its own segment. As we're going to get into that, I've got some good ones for you boys. And then finally, Colby will end the show either, because it's always a surprise these days, with either news and notes, his world famous news and notes, or an emergency mystery shotgun podcast.
We're going to be doing news and notes unless my phone tells me to do something different
Right.
in this show right now.
Like last week, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe the last 2 weeks.
The last 2 weeks has been, nope, well, have information. Never mind.
So somebody fake text Colby some fake breaking DCEU news.
I have to go fact check it first before I'm going to run with it. So if you do that, you're just going to be wasting my time, or I won't be entertaining you. I'll be just staring at my phone.
It's a very responsible reporter there.
So you're
Colby.
saying we don't have any credibility, right? Is that what we're saying?
Colby does.
All right.
He has all the credibility.
I know.
All right, boys, let's talk some Cowboys. And now it's time for Around the Cowboys, where we discuss America's team, brought to you by the Drunk Sports Podcast. My meal pieced together intro.
And you know what? I can't wait till I get to get in there and fix a lot of these things.
Are you?
Irritating.
What are you waiting for?
When you've
I
had
was about to
time.
say, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Huh? Because I forget that he's left the stupid S in there, and then when we get on the show, then I remember it and think, well, I'll get it next time, and then the
Uh-huh.
next time I'm working or some kind of dumb crap.
Never
like
does
that.
happen.
But you know he locks that door. He has the only one that has the key. He
Well, that's only when I'm in here.
well,
Yeah.
You come in here whenever you want. So Dallas Cowboys beat the Tennessee Titans of Titanville 27-13. I have some thoughts on this game, boys.
All right, give it to us,
My
Nintendo.
thoughts
Please go where I think you're going to go.
my thoughts surround 2 things here, as the Cowboys seem to be struggling with bad teams this year, and they did it again against the Titans.
Uh-huh.
Struggled early. It was closer than that 27-13 score looks, I think, at least in my professional sports opinion.
Right.
They did not play up to their potential. They played down to the potential of the Titans of Tennessee. Dak, again, did not look good.
Mhm.
And the defense, again, looked shaky. Now, I know they only allowed 13 points,
Mhm.
but certainly more were on the table that were not taken by the Tennessee Titans of Titan.
Uh-huh.
Dak Prescott threw his 14th interception of the season, tied for the season lead with Derek Carr.
Your volume's on.
It's supposed to be off.
However, Derek Carr's done it in 5 more games,
Mhm.
and he lost his starting job because of it,
Right.
among other things. So my question to Colby,
Yep.
should Dak be benched? Breaking news, Colby thinks Dak should be benched.
No, actually, absolutely not. First of all, the Titans game, let's start off at the true beginning of this horse crap, and that is Thursday night games. You do not get the full potential of any NFL team while they're out there. You don't. Short rest, midweek, whatever. You just go look at a Thursday night game and where you expected a team to come out and show out. And if they lived up to their full potential, it probably didn't happen. It's a Thursday night game. The other side of it is that even though, yes, you were playing the backup players for the Titans, which is true, you're also playing they rested and ready to prove something backup players for the Titans, where they weren't tired. None of that team was tired.
No, and I never
And
buy
they-
into that bullshit anyway. Oh, they're playing the backups.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's a job interview for a lot of these guys, right?
They're
The
playing
backups.
for money.
Absolutely. They are.
Things
They're still pros.
And I would like to point out to everybody that's looking at that game and go, the point spread, by the way, the Cowboys covered, the point spread that Vegas said they were going to win by, and also that over-under number was hit dead on.
Yeah, it was.
So everybody that's smart about football said this is what's going to happen, and that's what's happening. So if you think that the Dallas Cowboys somehow underplayed all the systems, everything else, underplaying would mean that they didn't get to that point total, and they didn't beat them by at least by the spread. What? Are you shutting off my microphone?
I didn't touch anything.
It sounded like he was
It
over
did
it.
sound like
Yeah.
it, though.
I didn't touch anything.
And that's that. As far as the Dak interceptions, there is some concern there, but there's not a lot there for me. Maybe it's because I grew up in the era that Joe Montana would throw like 3 interceptions in a playoff game, but somehow still win that game.
Montana.
So
Are you comparing Dak to Joe?
I'm just saying that
Just the situation.
Just the situation. You're walking out with wins, and yeah, there were some things happen. And I know you can go to any quarterback in this league and look at their interceptions, and about half of them to 3/4 of them aren't that quarterback's fault. For the most
And
part.
that's been the case for Dak. Clearly, he's had some that were not his fault. He has also had some that were 1,000% his fault.
Yeah.
Like everybody else.
The last interception, that was the read play that he threw it slightly behind the tight end going across. That was on him. That was a forced ball that got picked off. The other one where the tight end handed it to the dude, that's not his
That's
fault.
not his fault.
And the fumbled snap where the defensive lineman looked like he was offsides, but he wasn't. But still, your center snapped it right into his own taint. Yeah, that's not Dak's fault either. He's got to get the ball all the way back.
I bet that felt good too.
I mean, either that or not. One of the two. So as far as Dak Prescott's play, and what I'm seeing out of him is I've been seeing a string of him because nobody else on the running game the past 2 weeks hasn't done shit. Hadn't done shit.
Yeah.
So, and you're still putting up 27. I need other people to watch more football because when you're putting up that many points, I don't care where you're going, who you're playing, you're putting up that many points, your offense is doing good.
You know, coming from the gambling side that I look at it, these day and age, and when I look at anytime as in the NFL, if you get a double-digit point spread, the gamblers, the guys in Vegas are always going to say, listen, they're going to take that all day long. These guys are still professionals. And no matter every game that these guys play, it's a job interview for another team. So they're getting the tape. They're holding the tape. So you look at a team like Tennessee, this is my opinion, and you look like a coach like Vrabel, who's not going to let these guys quit. That's not in his DNA.
No.
Anyways, it was a late backdoor cover, but if you looked at that game 3.5 quarters into it, I mean, it could have went either way, really. And then they just kind of, they peeled off and laid them down. And I just look at any time you have a double-digit point spread, especially late in the year, and Tennessee didn't have anything to play for. They're playing Josh Dobbs. So that's telling you that they don't have any belief in Willis. And Dobbs, well, they do have something to play for, actually.
Right.
Dobbs is going to start this week in Jacksonville. So they're saying that they don't have a lot of faith in Malik Willis.
Oh, no, they're not. He's
they
not
don't
ready.
at all.
Well, so I'll look at that game, and if they have a better chance of Josh Dobbs, they think they have a better chance of winning that game than Josh Dobbs, which I don't think I think Jacksonville is going to trout dunk them, to be honest with you. I just think that they don't quit. The guys that don't quit, if people don't think that late in the year when it's a big spread and there's a team that's not in the playoffs that just think they're just going to bag it, it doesn't work that way in the NFL. It doesn't. They guys are still playing hard. And now there's some that'll just lead it go. And if they're signed for 3 more years, say, hey man, I just don't want to get hurt. But there's half of that roster is like, I'm looking for another job next year. So I'm going to try to ball out on my own and have some tapes for potentially the next team I look at. And that's how I kind of saw that game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I really saw from the game, and I think the thing that concerns, Dallas fans, I guess the diehards that want to see complete domination, is the fact that if you look at it, Tennessee with some of the injuries and who they were kind of playing, how they were playing, they're looking at it saying like, hey, we think domination should happen. And I think that's what true Dallas Cowboys fans are looking for when it comes to playing certain teams. Like the way that they did Minnesota, is what fans probably thought would happen with Tennessee. And I get it. It didn't. But I think that's the biggest concern that's coming from it. Not necessarily the picks and stuff like that, because like I said, I went with you saying the running game, that's the biggest concern.
Yeah.
If you can't run in the playoffs with who they're supposed to be, I think that's where the real problem comes in.
Well, as far as the running game's concerned, you went up against the Titans, which their game plan, their style of defense is to stop the run. The other team that
87 rushing yards, by the way, against the Titans.
Yeah, the other team that you're talking about that you were worried kind of about the running game was like number 2 or number 1 against the run in the Eagles. So yeah, the running game isn't going to look as good there. But I would like to point out to your Dallas Cowboy fan, which I am. I'm a super fan. I am that guy that's always going to run in and live and die by what happens with the Dallas Cowboys.
Surprise, I'm here.
Surprise, I'm Wade Phillips. I want to point out to you guys that a couple of weeks ago, you saw the Kansas City Chiefs play the Texans and not look great. They should have dominated that game. They did not. Last week, you saw with everything to play for as far as the 49ers are concerned, and with nothing and a new quarterback, had to go to overtime to beat the Raiders. Overtime to beat the Raiders. You see this all the time.
Gets back to my point.
It's not just I'm pointing out it's not just the Dallas Cowboys.
No, for sure. No, for sure.
This is every team in the NFL has a game or two where you're like, oh, wait, what's going on? You should really be slaughtering these guys. And they don't. They get the win. Normally, the better team finally wakes up or does whatever and gets the win. And that's what happened with the Titans.
The Houston Texans has covered the spread, and they've been underdogs in every game but probably one this year.
Right.
And they have the largest cover percentage of any team in the NFL. Like, so basically they've covered all the majority of their games because they're so high underdogs, right? They're still playing hard.
Right.
But they're going to get those 9, 10, 8, 12 point, being an underdog, and they're going to lose the game, but they might only lose by 3 or 4 points. They're playing hard.
No, they're definitely better than their record.
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely better than their record.
I don't know about that. Their record's pretty much what they are. It's just
I think they're a better team than what their record is, though.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I think they got some building pieces. They just don't have the quarterback. And if you don't have the quarterback in the NFL, you have nothing. Their running back's good. I mean, there's value there.
Cowboys won 12 games. They don't have a quarterback. I'm just kidding.
I swear to God.
I'm just kidding, Colby.
Swear to God.
I'm kidding. So here's my deal with the Cowboys and where they are now. And I've voiced on this show and others when I will feel comfortable with the Cowboys for a playoff run. That's when they win their first playoff game. They get over that hurdle, I'll start believing. Until then, I'm a doubter. And I'm about to contradict myself a little bit here because I don't care how you win every week as long as you win. The Cowboys have won 12 games. This is just the second time they've had back-to-back 12-win seasons since 93 and 94, and we both know what happened in those 2 years.
Right.
Okay, they couldn't get it done last year with 12 wins. And the way Dak plays and really the way the NFL goes, like not just this year but forever, the way you play one season or one game has zero bearing on how you play the next game.
Zero.
It's a different opponent. It's a different week. It's different circumstances. Different motivation by different players, whatever. Hurt players aren't there, whatever.
Matchups are different.
Matchups are different. Has no bearing on how you play the next week. The Cowboys, maybe more than anybody else this year in the NFL, have displayed that it just doesn't matter. You can go out and beat the Vikings by 40 and then lay an egg in the fourth quarter against the Packers. Doesn't matter. So you have the Washington Commanders next week. We'll preview all that on Wednesday night. But I'm not scared of the Commanders.
There's no reason to be.
I'd be more scared, and we don't know who's going to play quarterback yet because apparently they don't have one, but it's probably going to be Heineke unless they throw Sam Howell out there for the last game of the season, which is a possibility.
The third.
Love a guy.
Please, Howell the third.
I mean, that would be fine.
You don't like him? I thought he was really good.
No, he's fine. I got no problem with Sam Howell.
For this last game.
Oh, no. They just
don't. Yeah.
They're just,
No.
That's a sacrificial lamb there.
I'm not a Cowboys fan, so no, I want to see some actual.
I just got through
competition.
rooting for your team the other day.
You were rooting for them because they was going against the Eagles.
Doesn't matter.
That's true.
Doesn't matter.
I appreciate the root though.
Yeah.
I appreciate the root.
So look, I would like to see, and Colby, we talked about this off the air. I'm not a fan of any team resting starters. If you're healthy, you got to play. You're not going to play the whole game, but especially in the Cowboys situation, they can't afford to rest anybody except for maybe Micah Parsons. He might, but I don't think he's 100% healthy. So that would be my reason to rest him.
I'd be resting a lot
Dak,
of people on that defense.
Ezekiel Elliott,
the defense can't afford to get hurt.
Tony Pollard might need to sit out, but because he's hurt, not because he's resting.
Right.
Leighton Vander Esch, we found out today, will not play. He's going to sit out another game and get ready for the playoffs.
He definitely need to play.
I got who? Vander Esch?
He will get hurt in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying. He does not need to play. He needs to sit out. I got no problem with that.
I'm agreeing with you.
But, dude, I'm just not scared of Washington. And you win that, you're 13-4. By the way, Colby picked 12-5 for the season record. I had 9-8.
Right.
So Colby's so close.
You looked into the future, Tim.
The next season. But I'm not scared of Washington. Unless something disastrous happens, they're going to win that game. And now you're probably, and who knows about Philadelphia now?
No.
Dallas still has a chance to win the number 1 seed in the freaking conference.
And we talked about this earlier before we got on air. There's a lot to say for momentum getting in the playoffs,
sure.
right? I mean, you
don't tell that to Kevin Hagelin.
Well,
He doesn't believe in momentum.
Momentum.
it's a real thing.
I believe it.
It's real. You know.
I believe it. I believe in momentum.
Science definitely say it's real.
Yeah. I believe in science.
I'd like one more thing here to give to Cowboy fan that may be on the fence or maybe sitting there going, man, I just don't know. I don't know how to feel. I kind of feel like Tim, where I won't believe it ever until I actually do see it.
That's good advice.
By that time, it'll be too fucking late because everybody else that believed will be on down the road and just looking at his stupid ass sitting on the side of the road.
Stay on the side of the road.
Here it is.
Cowboys.
This year, you've seen a change that you didn't see last year. This year, you've seen something. You've seen an offense overcome something. And I don't know if everybody's noticed this. You actually have a system in place where there was Mike McCarthy running over and scratching out some of Kellen Moore's plays and putting in other plays. I don't know what happened, but I will tell you this, that would kill the Cowboys offense and shut that thing down isn't happening anymore. You zone them up, you're about to get carved up. And that wasn't happening last year. That wasn't happening a couple of games this year. And somebody went through and made some kind of changes because now the zone rolls out there and it doesn't change a damn thing on how this thing's rolling. So that we have seen something as Dallas Cowboys fans that we haven't got to see in a while, and that is improvement.
Adjustments.
What the fuck? Seriously. You run a zone out there against last year's Cowboys, just run a regular medium cover zone out there. And all of a sudden, the whole offense just shuts the F down, can't do anything. And now you can't do that. You will get carved up. So praise the Jesus, praise Santa, praise whoever's in charge of that particular area. Thank you.
Who's Santa?
Football Jesus.
I mean, you know.
He's not a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Jesus is.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Of course he
That's
is.
the reason why there's a hole in the roof, son.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, they don't have one at the Superdome.
Wow.
Huh? You say what? What?
The reason why there's a hole in the roof.
The reason why it's been a 30-year drought.
He's
No,
not
no,
ready.
no,
It's
I'm
not God's will.
I'm not a fan, right? It's not his will. It's never going to be his will.
You're not going to pull your mic down, right?
I'll pull it down for you. The only thing that I want to see going into the playoffs, because as it stands right now, if everything works out, they'll have the 5th seed unless something miraculous happens to get the 1st seed. No,
but you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, chances are they're the 5th seed.
that's what I'm saying. Chances are they're
But
the 5th seed.
it's the possibility it gets better and better every time the Eagles step foot on the field.
Right. I'm kind of hoping Hurts.
Well, losing Lane Johnson through the Eagles,
Uh-huh.
was a
That was big. That
massive
was big. And Hurts is playing.
hit for the Eagles.
Hurts is playing next week.
Yeah,
he got to.
He needs
Yes!
He has to.
Yeah, he absolutely has to.
And they're going to
That's
get
just-
beat by the Giants. It's going to be
He's
so
gonna get
glorious.
hurt.
No,
We'll see.
He's
Again.
not going to get beat. They're not going to get beat. Everything's going to shake out the way because I need to see y'all play Tampa Bay. Y'all deserve a win against them, right? I'm being sarcastic right now.
I'm not so sure I want to play Tampa Bay right now.
No, they're playing really well.
I want to see it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. As a non-Cowboys fan, I just want to see it.
okay.
If y'all win, that's great. But if not, it's kind of like a.
I'd rather have the
slap in the
first
face.
round bye.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
At least they're guaranteed second round.
They still got to win a game for me to have confidence.
Does that mean they won a playoff game if they go to they get that?
Yeah, it's a default.
No, it doesn't.
That mean they won. Come on.
Well, they didn't lose.
It didn't count when Wade did it.
That team called by is not very strong. They're not very strong.
I mean,
I think they beat the Texans this year.
right?
They could. I mean,
They beat the Texans this year.
they could be strong because remember it's 2023 now. A team called by could be super strong. You don't have to.
Oh.
No. That's deep right there.
All right, we'll get into some more NFL talk.
Opportunity for everybody.
We'll get into some more NFL talk a little bit later.
What happened?
Talk about Dak's 14 interceptions on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get over it.
Talk about it again.
In the meantime,
Oh, yes, it's time for us to do our birthday segment. This is where, man, it sounds like my microphone keeps going in and out. Is it my headphones? What just happened?
I'm not touching anything.
Well, start touching something, I guess. R2D2. What happened? This is that segment where I go through all the people that were born today, find the people that I think are famous enough to make my list, and then present them to the Drunk Sports Podcast for them to find out or tell me who they think is the good person, who they think is the bad person, and who they think is the ugly person on my list. That's the reason why this segment's called The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Brought to you by Highlands. The Highlands?
Yeah.
We can have it brought to you by the
Highlands Performance Golf Center, HighlandsPGC.com.
Damn right.
Great place.
Always check them out. All right. 75 years old today. It's one Calvin Hill.
Oh, Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
Grant's daddy.
That's right.
He was pretty good.
I also like Sprite, I believe.
I like
Yeah.
the Sprite in you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, there you go. We had to make sure and get our chill reference in.
Yeah.
So there he is.
Wait, who's Chill? Is that Calvin Hill?
Calvin Hill.
Calvin Chill Hill.
Well, they don't call me Sam. I mean, they did in middle school.
They call you a lot worse than
I
that.
think they call you worse now.
Yeah.
Well, not to my face.
No, most of it's really far behind you, and somebody's going, "Hey, Fatty!"
Yeah, I've definitely been called worse than that.
He's not alive anymore. He passed away in 2013, but he was in a Rocky movie. Tommy Morrison.
AIDS, Colby.
Take it back. Do, 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 do. You don't
I don't,
remember that song?
that's an odd timing for that song right after the words he said.
Yep.
Mhm.
Take it in the back.
What happened? Hey, equal opportunist over here. Turning 52 years old today. God, he is that old. Holy crap. Royce Clayton.
Is
Former
he
Ranger
really?
Mhm.
Wow, is he that old?
How old?
52.
Oh, at least. Yeah, and I'll believe that. He played in the late 90s.
I know,
And he was old then.
but he never looked old then.
Nah, that black didn't crack.
Mm-mm.
Unlike
No.
Gary's.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful over here. Nobody gonna believe this age.
He's 74 years old.
I tell you, back in my day. What?
Back
What
in my
happened?
day.
What happened? Also, we're sticking with the baseball for a little bit. There was plenty
Sweet.
of baseball, birthdays. David Cohn turns 59 years old today.
He's that old also?
How old?
59.
Yeah, I believe that too. Blue Jays, Yankees. What else?
I think Blue Jays, Yankees again.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Two swims through each
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Mhm.
He went down the slide twice, I think,
Yeah.
on both teams. I think so.
Also 59 years old today. He could hit the ball, but you never knew where he was looking. Edgar Martinez.
Oh, Hall of Fame
Yes.
as a DH.
Yep. And he could sit on the front porch and count the chickens in the back.
You said he had side eye then. Is that
Mhm.
basically what you're saying?
I mean, you never knew where he was looking.
Dude, he was good.
Yeah, he was really good.
Mariners.
I think he had Sugarfoot too. I think he's a little slow on
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. I just made that up.
I think you did too, yeah.
Okay.
It's irresponsible reporting right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Somebody later, when we're having a break, explain to me what Sugarfoot is.
You don't. Oh my gosh. How do I know what it is?
Urban Dictionary.
You know what? I just honestly, actually, just thought in my head, it's like, you know what? I'm laughing, but I don't think I've ever actually heard that term. And somebody went,
We'll explain it at break, and then you'll that'll be the word of the day, Sugarfoot.
Yeah. Love it. Turning 39 years old today, Kate Bosworth.
That's all the older she is.
That's it.
I'm getting messed up.
Brian Bosworth's daughter or something.
No, but she was with somebody for a while, and everybody kind of liked her for a good bit. She did some things.
Oh, all right.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she did some things. She was in some stuff.
By the way, I really undershot David Cohn's career.
He was pretty good.
Royals, Mets, Jays, Royals, Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, Mets.
Jeez.
Wow.
So you're saying he's been around?
Yeah. It's like Kate Bosworth, apparently.
Whatever a
Segue.
Sugarfoot is. Turning 54 years old today, one Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba.
Don't even get me started.
Have you seen Boys in the Hood, Tim?
I've never heard of Boys in the Hood.
Oh.
What is wrong? Well, I know what's wrong.
Have you seen Radio?
I won't. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s in it.
Wait, everything he's in, you're out?
Pretty much out, yeah, because he's terrible.
Well, we as much as we don't listen to anything he talks about when it comes to damn movies or music, what's good or bad.
No. I know the one he's seen. I know you've seen Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, and that was the first and last Cuba Gooding Jr. movie I watched.
He was actually good in it.
Nah, he's terrible. Tom Cruise was the star.
What was the one with him and Skeet Ulrich? It was about a
Radio.
No. Holy crap. All right.
Wasn't Radio about a retarded kid?
You can't say
You
that.
cannot say that, Tim.
What are you supposed to say?
Challenged.
Mentally.
That doesn't describe anything.
Yes,
it definitely does.
All right.
Well,
I take it back. He wasn't a tard, okay?
There's another lost sponsor. Thank you, Tim.
It's
Appreciate
not
it.
like he was a real person or anything.
Anyway, the one was with him and Skeet. Yeah, that was his
that
first name.
Scotch Rite Hospital is not going to be a new sponsor.
Skeet.
Definitely not.
Which, by the way, his first name was the same thing as firing your love rockets in the air.
Chill Factor.
Chill Factor.
That's actually a good name for it.
Never heard of it.
Mama, I hope you're done watching, Mama.
I know mine not watching, so we good.
Why? Because I used the term love rockets?
No, because of me.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. That's
Skeet. That's his name.
Love
his name. 23 years old today, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Overrated.
way overrated.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
He'll never be his daddy,
yeah, especially to Joe
That's
Buck.
what she said.
especially to Joe Buck.
Man, I wish I could tell that story. 47 years old today, Dax Shepard.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know what to think of him.
Of course you don't.
I know he's married to that hot blonde chick. What's her name? Kristen Bell?
She doesn't do shit for me.
Aren't they? No.
Really? No.
He's not married to her, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he is married to her. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think he's funny. I think he's funny sometimes.
Yeah,
And the other times, I'm not impressed.
Yeah. He's
So
weird.
we'll- But he's kind of a weird funny.
Yeah, him and Idiocracy.
That was good. That was just a great movie.
Yeah.
You like that, but
Shit Creek was pretty good.
Turning 51 years old today, speaking of being in a great movie, Taye Diggs.
yeah.
Equilibrium.
Damn right, Equilibrium.
See, I know shit.
The best Taye Diggs movie out there.
And the best Christian Bell movie out there.
No, it's not.
Yes.
The Dark Knight
Not even.
Returns.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Equilibrium. You ever seen Equilibrium, Johnny?
No.
Oh, dude, you got to watch Equilibrium.
Yeah, just because of the gun.
I live
Just
that every day. I don't need to watch
No, not this. Not if you watched it. This is pretty badass.
Yeah, they implemented gun fu in that movie.
Yeah, like hand-to-hand combat.
With guns.
I'll put it on my list when I have all the free time in the world I have.
That's right. Tonight.
Yeah.
We're all going to sit in the studio and run through all these movies tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all are drastically under. Now, Taye Diggs got a category.
I ain't got shit else to do.
Yeah, but have you seen Equilibrium?
No, but I'm saying, have you seen these other movies that I can name off? You seen
Like
The
what?
Wood?
You,
I know he haven't, but I'm
The
asking
Wood?
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
really good?
I saw it on Pornhub this
yeah. I'm
morning.
just saying.
Oh my god.
Was that different wood?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I got.
If you haven't seen Equilibrium, give it a shot.
I give it a shot, but
Yeah.
he got a decent catalog though. That's all
He
I'm
does,
saying.
but by far my favorite movie of his is Equilibrium, which is a
Badass.
far underrated
Yeah.
movie. 24 today, your internet influencer and professional gamer, and actually I do have time to take a look at some of his fine work because he's really good at what he does.
Mr. Beast.
One Tfue is 24.
I only know Mr. Beast,
Tfue, huh?
and I just found out about that.
Do you spell that with 2 E's or?
Oh, is that how you spell it?
I did T-FU.
It's
Mark.
it's Tfue.
Fair.
Tfue.
That's Tfue.
Mhm.
Like the band Tpow.
Sounds like when you sneeze.
Hey, I respect the hell of anybody that can somehow make a career out of just playing video games and talking on a microphone, right?
Those are kids we used to beat up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now we all work for
Zero
them.
interest. No, we don't work for them. I promise. And nor ever we will.
And that would be your good, bad, and ugly famous people from my
This
list.
one's tough.
It is
Kinda
tough.
Well, always tough.
I got 3 goods marked down, 2 bads, and I don't have an ugly yet.
Oh, I do.
Oh, no, never mind. I got it. Actually, now I got 2 uglies.
No.
You want me to go first?
Go right ahead.
My good? I was going to go Tay Diggs. I was going to go Royce Clayton. I got to go Calvin Hill.
Yeah, that's
He's a good old Cowboy.
right.
My bad? I could go Cuba Gooding Jr., or I could go Tommy Morrison, or I could go Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't know who Kate Bosworth is. I really want to vote for Tfue, but I don't know who that is. So we got to go with Tommy Morrison
All right, as your bad.
as my bad, and my ugly. And it was a toss-up, David Cohn or Edgar Martinez. I got to go with Edgar Martinez, Hoover.
I don't know if that's correct on his name, but I do agree.
Yep.
All right, Gerb.
Okay, where are we going to start? My good, I'm going to go with you, Tim. Calvin Hill is my good. Anytime your middle name is Thrill,
Yeah.
you're pretty damn good.
Tony Hill, he was thrilled.
Yep. Case in point.
Yep.
That's my good. My bad is Kate Bosworth because first off, I mean, she's just
I'm
bad.
going to look her up.
I mean, she's bad. Every movie is just like corny and just, I mean, it's just bad. I mean,
Oh,
I
she's
God,
not
she was
pretty
in
either.
21.
No,
and
I
it
mean-
was not a good show.
I mean,
for
she's
her.
not really attractive. I don't know how she got into the movies. I mean,
She's not pretty.
she got it. I mean, next, because I could tell some shit. But
Oh,
next,
she was in Blue Crush.
yeah.
Yeah, I
She
saw
wasn't.
that.
She wasn't the one with the lost arm though.
There's a lost arm in Blue Crush?
Yeah.
Oh, that was about that chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie like 4 times. I didn't know that.
She was in
You
the
weren't
she was
paying
in the
attention
movie
to that one,
Win a
huh?
Date with Tad Hamilton.
I haven't seen
I
that
just
one.
saw that one on the thing.
Exactly. That just goes to show how many bad.
But I
movies-
remember the movie,
how
yeah.
many bad movies she
Yeah.
was in. So she's out like New Edition for sure. My ugly is Tommy Morrison. Anytime that guy got punched in the face, he swelled up like any analogy you want to say. So Tommy Morrison was my ugly.
All right, then. What's our bottom line?
So,
So what's the bottom line?
Tay Diggs. It's going to be my good.
All right, then.
I can accept that.
Tremendous catalog, all that good stuff. Love just about anything he in. My bad is gonna be Kate Bosworth.
Gotcha.
I gotta go with it. Like it's just
Mhm.
underwhelming with that one right there.
Mhm.
My ugly, Dak Shepard. Okay, I'm like you. He don't do it for me.
Nah.
He just don't do it for me, and I'm kind of mad that that's who he got married to.
Yeah, she's just boring.
She's fine, though.
Hey,
Yeah, she's not fine.
I think she
She's
is.
okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm mad that he's the one that's married to her.
Oh, you mad?
Yeah,
Oh no, she ain't shit. No, trust me. She
I
ain't.
like Kristen.
No. Oh, you're on first name basis, right?
Yeah.
You're on first name basis. I forgot. My bad, dog.
My good is Calvin Hill because, I mean, who else was I going to pick? There's one Dallas Cowboy on this list.
Yep.
My bad is it's Tommy Morrison because he woulda, coulda, shoulda been something.
Except for AIDS.
He just should. I mean, the hook he had, he should have been something.
Dude, he had a punch that equaled or was better than Tyson at the time.
Right. And just
He was stout.
fell. And my ugly is, again, he can sit on the front porch and count the chickens in the back porch. That's one Edgar Martinez.
That's a skill, though. You know, that's.
Poor Edgar Martinez.
I think that's talent.
I mean, it is. It's a magic
Plus, he's
trick.
Mexican, right?
Magic trick. What do you?
I don't
what
think
do you- what-
Martinez
what
is
do-
Hispanic.
What do you think?
Mexican.
What
I
is
think-
it? That ain't French.
There's a
Good day,
whole
mate.
Say
Good day, mate.
What is he? I think he's like Puerto Rican. I think
What? Really?
you can't.
Tim,
It's
you
the
don't
same
like us.
thing.
So,
Tim don't like us.
all of our new sponsors, I apologize.
Tim don't like us.
We
I don't see any sponsors.
not anymore.
Yeah,
Guess
No,
that's it. I
they-
guess that's it.
they just left.
All the Mexicans want to sponsor this show.
Oh my god.
Me and Basic's show.
Really? I mean, he's not even here or part of the show, and you just went up and just grabbed him by his ginger bald head and
because-
just drug him under the truck with you.
Well, he started it with a Dirty Mexicans tweet.
It's like nails on a chalkboard. Right
No,
now.
just
Speaking of Dirty Mexicans, we have that's going to come up in our Fun with Real Audio.
I'd like to apologize to one Mike Bassick.
Apologize to all my fans out there.
Yeah. I'd like to apologize to everybody,
Boys, let's talk some around the sports.
including my Mexican daughter.
Let's get out of Mexico.
why I love Mexico.
Gross.
I love it.
Dirty.
No, it's not.
What are
You've never been there.
what
No,
are,
and I
say,
never
have you
will.
been there?
No.
what are you doing right now?
Port Vallarta is
Seen
one of the
pictures.
greatest places ever.
Gross. Well, that's the Pacific side. That's not really Mexico. That's California. The Drunk Sports Podcast proudly presents Around the Sports, our show's version of a fill-in segment when we can't find anything else to talk about. We might talk NBA, NHL, or even Major League Baseball, but we'll never, ever talk soccer or women's professional basketball.
And that's the bottom line.
boys. So, boys, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to some Dallas Mavericks hoops,
I have been.
because I haven't, to be quite honest with you. But I did see something interesting on the social media. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen because I liked this so much. I made a graphic for it.
Huh. I was bored.
Christian Wood, boys, and this, I don't know if they've played since this came out, but this was a couple days ago. Christian Wood in his last 8 games, 163 points, 72 rebounds, 21 blocks. As Christian Wood joins some dude named Dirk Nowitzki
Nowitzki.
Nazuzi.
and
Monica Nowinski.
Stapps. She was fine, dude. Chris Stapps Porzingis
Stop.
as the only Mavs players who have 160 plus points, 70 plus rebounds, and 20 plus blocks in an 8-game stretch. Now, Colby, you watch more Mavs than me.
Right.
Hell, probably all of y'all watch more Mavs than me because I don't watch any Mavs.
Negative.
Has Christian Wood, because we talked about Christian Wood, that hell, we broke the news when we were on the air at Tailgaters when that trade went through. And none of us knew anything about Christian Wood, hadn't heard of him because clearly nobody watches Houston Rockets basketball.
Right.
And we speculated that, and then the week following on maybe what role he would play. Colby, in your infinite NBA brain wisdom, is he playing a role with the Mavs? I mean, I see stats. Is he fulfilling a role on the Mavs? Is he helping Luka, or is what's happening here?
So him and Luka in the pick and roll, and also him out there kind of with the second squad, you are seeing offensively him do, which he showed in Houston, but now doing it with a good team, the ability to get his own buckets, to stretch the floor, to drive to the hoop. He's got all of that, and his offensive court ability has been something that has really impressed since the first of the season. What is starting to elevate a little bit is not really the type of defense that Jason Kidd wants to see out there, or
Right.
for a semblance of playing like kind of defense you were last season. That's not really happening, but there's been a switch over with the Dallas Mavericks of almost until we can either get a trade we like or something, that we're just going to step on the offensive pedal all the way to the metal and get better things happening with the offensive side of the ball, just to outscore and outpush people, which is happened with seeing, Luka going off for, well, he's like averaging 48 points or something like that in the past 3 or 4 games a night.
It's ridiculous.
That is, I mean, he's 38 points for the season right now. And that's also ridiculous. But that's what you're having with the Mavericks. His block numbers and such are, and you never really thought of Kristaps as a defensive stopper. Christian Wood isn't playing the role of stopper either, but he is able to catch those blocks that are the from the behind blocks, or he's just up front with a total smaller guy and the guy's going to try it anyway. You're seeing a lot of that in the gameplay. You're also, again, they're not really concentrating on too much on defense. It's
Right.
just, let's just outscore people. The Mavericks, by the way, are like on a 6-game winning streak right now, which they didn't even have one of those last season.
Yeah.
So you're seeing something out of this team. Is it something that you can have control of and push all the way into the playoffs with? No. This you're going to need to get better on the defensive side in order to be able to go where you potentially want to go with this team. But is it fun to watch basketball right now? You damn right it is.
Let me ask you something. The addition of Christian Wood coming in, they didn't definitively bring him in to fill the role of Brunson, because obviously they're two different positions and two different players. I think if they're really going to be successful and Christian Wood continues to play the way he does, I think Hardaway Jr. has to be that kind of third piece and continue to have those three guys play that type of level, because someone has to fill that role that Brunson left for them, right? And who is that guy? They're different positions, but I mean, I think, and I said this last year, I think Hardaway Jr., if he can step up and make that position, because I think he's a 2 or 3 way player, like he can play a lot of positions,
right?
But they got to fill that void, and they're different positions. But I think the key is going to be if Hardaway can step up and fill that void. That's where they're going to be successful.
Yeah, no, I mean, the void is actually being filled. The Jalen Brunson void is being filled right now, and being filled well by Spencer Dinwiddie.
Okay.
The problem is that last year you had Spencer coming off and filling the Spencer Dinwiddie of last year's spot, and that's right now currently what hole they have, and it could be filled by Hardaway. The problem with Hardaway is that he is so streaky.
Yeah.
He's either on fire and literally flames are coming off the basketball, or it's out and you don't know where that basketball
Dinwiddie's
is
a little bit that way also, right?
Dinwiddie,
streaky shooter, especially from
deep. He's got a little bit of streak to him, but Dinwiddie can get to the hole.
Okay.
He can get, and that's what Brunson gave you, because Brunson gave you that outside, but also the shot creation and get your own shot. That's really what enabled for Luka to be off the court and offense still be rolling. Was if everybody else stopped hitting that was out there with Brunson could run it up and just force his way into getting a couple of baskets just to keep the game flowing. And that's what you missed. That's what Spencer Dinwiddie's filling. What's happening though is that now you need that off the bench spark guy to come in and do what Spencer did last year. And that's a role that's not built for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
Has he been healthy this year so far?
He's been healthy. He's looked about as good as you thought Tim should look, because he'll have his nights where he's on fire. Like I said, it's NBA Jam. He's on fire, and you're just anything and everything that gets thrown up near the basket's going in. The problem though, again, is defensively. You can't have Tim Hardaway Jr. out there and say you're going to play good defense. You're not, because him as a off the ball and or on the ball defender for some reason doesn't translate.
Yeah.
He looks like a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
He's in position like a good defender, but it just doesn't happen. The results don't happen.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
And so because of that, you run into that spot. The other thing with the Mavericks that they do need to start seeing is they do need to have folks that that are right now your good defensive players. They hurt.
Yeah,
they're not doing good, and that's the other reason why the gas has been pushed. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. I was just gonna ask, like, with them doing as well, I didn't know they were still, in that top echelon of the Western Conference. Therefore, what do you think they need to do to keep sustaining this? At least to the All-Star break, still be in a good position, because the West is so tight. So what do you think they need to do? I know defense is one of those things, but what else do you think they need to do, like,
Well,
to keep everything going?
The thing that's happens usually with this club is basically you start seeing some of your guys that aren't hitting at the beginning of the season, they start to get into flow, like Bullock. He's at some point really going to figure this thing out, and he does this every year.
You think so?
At every
He always looks lost to me when he's out there.
every single year
Until the end, though.
Until like right after Christmas.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, then he realizes there's a basketball season going on, and he finds it.
Yeah, right.
Like as soon as the All-Star break comes, he's like, "Oh, where this guy been all this time?
Who's
Right.
this guy?
Yeah,
He's only recognizable by his hair, right?
No, that's pretty much true.
Yeah,
That's pretty much true. But he's a 3-and-D guy that you need to have rolling out there, because when this team was going good last season, it was all your 3-and-D guys were set, and your center position was just kind of held down with paper clips. But it was Luka, it was 3-and-D, and basically everybody stand, sit there, hit your threes, and then go back and play some defense.
Yeah.
And that's how this team was rolling. If they want to get back to that, they're going to have some of the 3-and-D guys actually come back from being injured, because until then, you are going to. This is almost like a Phoenix Suns old style of, we're just going to outrun your ass. We're just going to outrun your ass, and we're just going to put more points up than you can count.
I think a little bit now. It doesn't really jump on until after All-Star break, right? But you're looking at a spot like no one's really running away with the West, as you said. It's a little combined. A little bit has to do with the injuries that Golden State has and the injuries with Booker and Phoenix. No one's really kind of jumped away with a huge lead.
Right.
So it's so boggled up that if the Dallas Mavericks can tighten up that defense and really concentrate on defense and have one of those role players really step up, they'll be in that 1-2-3 mix, because I just don't think with the injuries out in the West, I don't think anyone's just going to run away with it like last year Golden State did. In the past for the past couple of years, someone just really ran away with the Phoenix Suns, and you knew they were going to be one seed at some point because they had such a huge lead. It's kind of all boggled up right now, and I think they want parity, right? I mean, they want those things.
They want that. The NBA themselves want kind of what's happened to the NFL to happen to the NBA, to where every single team, if they can catch a hot streak, can fill a fan base with hope.
Yeah.
And actually see something come to fruition. That's the same thing that the NFL believes that they have. And that's something that the NBA wants to get to, because really on your ratings charts. And I know Tim never believes me when I say this, but the hierarchy of sports right now is NFL, NBA, and then it's hockey and baseball kind of fighting for that other little
Gosh,
spot.
I'll never believe that.
no, that's agreed.
No, that's true.
That's agreed. To what you were saying, that's why I wanted to pull it up. The top 4 seeds right now: Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Dallas.
Right.
Like, you hadn't seen nothing like that in a long time.
Absolutely.
So, like, it's definitely full of parity. I just want to, if Dallas can get their ish together, so to speak,
Mhm.
they'll be top 3, top 2 even.
I'm just telling you, watch out for the Clippers.
You and my brother,
Watch out for the Clippers.
y'all going down.
Yeah, you and
y'all going
Carrie
down-
on the same page
Y'all
there.
going down that hill.
I'm just
not doing it.
just saying, just watch out for the Clippers.
if they're healthy,
I'm gonna watch them finish
Sure.
last.
but if they're not healthy, it's
Kawhi's always healthy. He just don't want to play.
What?
I mean,
Fine,
he just
dude.
don't want to play.
Well,
right?
tell me who on the floor then.
Let me. I'll go ahead and tell you this, Gary. I've heard "watch out for the Clippers" so many times.
I have to.
I just got to say this: the Clippers just gonna do Clipper things, man.
That's fact.
I'm gonna give you the best thing that I can. We got a homeboy. He grew up in Carson. That's like our brother. His name Devin. He was a Clippers fan. Never heard of it even throughout the whole Lakers thing. He had to jump off the bandwagon 3 years ago, and he's still like trying to pick it back up.
Yeah.
And all they do is let him down.
Yeah.
Like just leave it alone. Just no. Yeah. Leave the Clippers alone.
I'm just
They're
saying.
gonna let you down.
I'm just saying.
I'll let you down.
All right, boys, let's get into a little bit of college football talk here before the break. And we have the championship team set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's who literally anyone before the season started or even a couple of weeks into the season would have picked. As
one of them.
one of them
for
probably.
sure.
Georgia and our own Big 12 backyard brothers, the TCU Horny Toads.
Are the Pokemons?
Pokemons.
That's
Has
a
anybody
better-
ever
yeah.
seen a horny toad? Like, that's not a real thing, right?
I've seen a horny toad.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never ever. I've been in Texas since 1973. I've never seen one.
I don't know if I want to.
I think they're mythical creatures. I don't. They're like dragons.
Dragons exist.
Centaurs,
Yes.
minotaurs, orangutans,
Those exist.
Those definitely exist too.
woolly mammoths.
I mean, they
Those
did.
Those
did.
definitely existed.
No, nobody's ever seen one. They're like dinosaurs. Those didn't really
Go
exist,
to the
right?
museum,
There's called
Tim.
bones at the Smithsonian.
Who was it? Who was it that didn't believe in dinosaurs? Was it
Former Ranger great Milton Bradley.
Milton Bradley didn't believe in dinosaurs? It's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. So yes, TCU knocks off the mighty Michigan Wolverines. And of course, Georgia did what they were supposed to do that literally everyone else other than Ohio State fans knew they would do.
Barely.
Knocked off Ohio State. No,
Barely.
don't give me this barely crap. They dominated. They
Come on,
just let
okay.
them hang in for it for TV ratings.
Tell me this so I don't interrupt you no more. That field goal that happened at the end. I
That was
feel
the
like
greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
something rigged.
How's it rigged?
Who misses like that?
That dude?
It's 53 yards, and you're in
No,
that
no, no,
pressure.
no.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
The ball went like this.
Well, the spot was
Oh,
bad.
no,
You
Yeah, it was a
that-
bad spot.
Laces weren't out.
No.
Laces weren't
Didn't you
out.
see the kicker and the holder literally staring into each other's eyes longingly right after the
I
kick?
know. That's why I said it was a botched kick.
No, you said it was a fraud kick.
That same thing.
It is not the same.
Same thing.
Botched means it was a mistake.
I did some fraud in my last job. It's the
Oh,
same
hey,
thing.
whoa.
Hey,
He worked for a bank, I
You,
think.
you don't
too.
remember that Vanderjack kick?
Mike
for the Colts?
Vanderjack.
Oh,
That was great. The greatest kicker of all time.
that's what they
Yeah.
say.
Mike Vanderjack. I'm Mike Vanderjack, the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Put one into the left stands.
What was he, 1 for 1?
Did he go to Florida State? Because they used to do that too a lot, right?
Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
So, does anybody care? TCU, Georgia?
Sure, you care.
I
Why would
mean,
you
no,
not
I care. I care. I'm hoping TCU blows them out of the water.
Well, that's not going to happen. But
I don't think so either.
but you're looking at a guy like Sonny Dykes, which I really you look.
I
How
still rather his name be Happy Lesbian.
you have
You
that
are
too.
not gonna get no more
I like
sponsors, Johnny.
lesbians. I like lesbians.
You're not gonna get
I appreciate everybody tuning into our last show on the Drunk Sports Cop podcast tonight. Thank you very much.
What happened when we have guests on, Colby?
Yeah.
Well, it's me and you. We're cool.
Oh, y'all showing out right
We
now.
over perceptions of what cool is. I promise you.
All right. Well, we'll get into some more of that. Coming up after. Oh, you want to do the break. Sorry, Colby. I almost did your job for you.
Coming up next, we've got Tim breaking down Sucker Punch. Yes, that movie from like 20 years ago. We're bringing it back to talk about it. Also, fun with real audio, and it involves mayonnaise. So there's that. And news and notes all coming up on the Drunk Sports Podcast next.
Hello, sports fans. Fanstream Sports.
Jeeves Law Group. I've known Scott Jeeves for quite some time, and he's just like us, a huge college football fan, but he's not just another PI attorney. He is a ferocious advocate for his clients. Scott Jeeves is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator practicing in Tampa Bay for over 30 years. He is an AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer and certified circuit court mediator. Folks, these designations are not just given out. They're given only to the best trial attorneys. But more than anything, Scott takes these cases personally. I've heard it from his clients. He's a fighter you want on your side. Insurance companies hate it when they see you're represented by Jeeves. He's just different. 727-894-2929 or go to JeevesLawGroup.com. That's JEEVES lawgroup.com and tell him JP sent you.
Guys, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center. Are you experiencing low sex drive, fatigue, hot flashes, moodiness, and you just don't feel like you have the vitality you once had? You're not just getting old, it's likely low testosterone. Studies over the last 20 years show a shocking decline in younger males aged 16 to 39. Older men have seen a sharp decline as well. Do something about it. Go see my friend Christopher Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medicine. Testosterone replacement is not a frivolous treatment. It takes a professional targeted approach that focuses on total body wellness, vitality, and emotional stability. Not a one-size-fits-all approach like many clinics use. They will monitor your blood work and adjust your treatment as needed for optimal results. Call 844 977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com.
Now is the time to make sure your home insurance is in order. In the last year, many of us have made improvements to our homes. So call the folks at Italiano and discuss these upgrades to make sure you have enough coverage. According to a recent report, almost 64% of homeowners don't have enough insurance on their home, which is their most valuable asset. Also, a great time to make sure you have flood insurance. Even if your mortgage company does not require flood insurance, your home could still be at flood risk. Another big item as we enter hurricane season is making sure your pool enclosure is added to your policy and there will be no issue at claim time. That happens a lot. So call your friendly agent at Italiano Insurance to review your policies today. 813-877-7799 or ItalianoInsurance.com. Attention, if you are home shopping or looking for a refinance, and even if you already have the approval letter, you must call my man Scott Fitzgerald at American Mortgage Services. Scott has a brand new program available in the greater Tampa Bay area called the Community Advantage Loan Program. Get this, no money down, no mortgage insurance, no points, no origination fee, purchase or refinance, and loan amounts up to $647,000. Now, there are some application requirements. It must be a single-family home, one unit, primary residence, and have a minimum 640 credit score. The program only applies to certain neighborhoods, so you have to call to find out if you qualify. So call Scott Fitzgerald at 813-294-7595 or email him at scott@amstampa.com. Now, even if you don't qualify for that program, Scott will shop your loan around, get you the best rates, and won't charge you the huge upfront fees. And if you've had issues with your bank calling you back, Scott will return calls immediately or at least the same day. 813-294-7595 or email him, scott@amstampa.com. Scott Fitzgerald, MLS 386722, American Mortgage Services, 1000 North Ashland Drive, Suite 1020, Tampa.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports. Hello, sports fans. Fan Stream Sports.
Jeeves Law Group. I've known Scott Jeeves for quite some time, and he's just like us, a huge college football fan, but he's not just another PI attorney. He is a ferocious advocate for his clients. Scott Jeeves is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator practicing in Tampa Bay for over 30 years. He is an AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer and certified circuit court mediator. Folks, these designations are not just given out. They're given only to the best trial attorneys. But more than anything, Scott takes these cases personally. I've heard it from his clients. He's a fighter you want on your side. Insurance companies hate it when they see you're represented by Jeeves. He's just different. 727-894-2929 or go to JeevesLawGroup.com. That's JEEVES lawgroup.com and tell him JP sent you.
Guys, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center. Are you experiencing low sex drive, fatigue, hot flashes, moodiness, and you just don't feel like you have the vitality you once had? You're not just getting old, it's likely low testosterone. Studies over the last 20 years show a shocking decline in younger males aged 16 to 39. Older men have seen a sharp decline as well. Do something about it. Go see my friend Christopher Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medicine. Testosterone replacement is not a frivolous treatment. It takes a professional targeted approach that focuses on total body wellness, vitality, and emotional stability. Not a one-size-fits-all approach like many clinics use. They will monitor your blood work and adjust your treatment as needed for optimal results. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com.
Now is the time to make sure your home insurance is in order. In the last year, many of us have made improvements to our homes. So call the folks at Italiano and discuss these upgrades to make sure you have enough coverage. According to a recent report, almost 64% of homeowners don't have enough insurance on their home, which is their most valuable asset. Also, a great time to make sure you have flood insurance. Even if your mortgage company does not require flood insurance, your home could still be at flood risk. Another big item as we enter hurricane season is making sure your pool enclosure is added to your policy and there will be no issue at claim time. That happens a lot. So call your friendly agent at Italiano Insurance to review your policies today. 813-877-7799 or ItalianoInsurance.com. Attention, if you are home shopping or looking for a refinance, and even if you already have the approval letter, you must call my man Scott Fitzgerald at American Mortgage Services. Scott has a brand new program available in the greater Tampa Bay area called the Community Advantage Loan Program. Get this, no money down, no mortgage insurance, no points, no origination fee, purchase or refinance, and loan amounts up to $647,000. Now, there are some application requirements. It must be a single-family home, 1 unit, primary residence, and have a minimum 640 credit score. The program only applies to certain neighborhoods, so you have to call to find out if you qualify. So call Scott Fitzgerald at 813-294-7595 or email him at scott@amstampa.com. Now, even if you don't qualify for that program, Scott will shop your loan around, get you the best rates, and won't charge you the huge upfront fees. And if you've had issues with your bank calling you back, Scott will return calls immediately or at least the same day. 813-294-7595 or email him, scott@amstampa.com. Scott Fitzgerald, MLS 386722, American Mortgage Services, 1000 North Ashland Drive, Suite 1020, Tampa, Florida.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Drunk Sports Podcast, live from the Fan Stream Sports DSP Media Podcast Studios in North Dallas. I'm IndyCar Tim alongside Colby, Whiskey Sapp, John Gerber, and Gary Jackson. We're having fun here tonight. Kind of a somber mood after what we just saw on Monday Night Football, though. As apparently Hamlin, DeMar Hamlin, Bill Safety, I believe, they said that he went to make a hit, made the hit, got up, took two or three steps, and then collapsed on the field. He's been now on the field for 9 minutes as they've been administering CPR on the field. And there's nobody on the bench. Benches are clear. They're all in the middle of the field. There's an ambulance there. Kind of a somber mood.
Dude, I just got through watching the replay of it, found it, and because, of course, we were doing a segment, so I wasn't quite looking up at the TV, but he goes to make a tackle, and he's got his arms wrapped around the guy, and there's really nothing in the movements of either player that makes you go, oh, that's different. And he goes to stand up, and he stands up a little bit, takes a step back, and then just falls over.
Mm-hmm.
And so once that happens, you start to not really, you don't see a whole lot of movement out of him, and that's when people start realizing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, there's no need for any speculation on our part, except for, of course, what we saw or what we heard about, and of course what I saw via just looking back at the replay. Your heart goes out because you realize in moments like this that the fun and the games and the everything that's going on in a competitive football game doesn't mean a whole lot if it's going to start costing you people.
The reality of is, we'll sit and talk sports all day long, and this is kind of the shitty side of sports when you have some injuries like that. And
right.
I don't want to say this is kind of the cost of doing business when you play professional football. This is the sad part of this is the sad part of professional sports when you see something like this happen, and something that kind of weird. He didn't really take a hit. He just kind of got up, and you just don't really know, what these guys go through. I mean, these guys are warriors out there. You don't know what they go through.
Dude, these guys are literally crying on the field right now.
Yeah, this
is
it's definitely a sad sight. Definitely a sad sight.
So a very, very somber moment. Very,
they might shut this game down.
They might. I was just thinking about that.
If he didn't have this. Yeah, they're
not even going back to the stadium.
This is unprecedented. So, like I said, fingers crossed, prayers, but it doesn't look really good.
Well, I'm as hard as it is for us to get back to what we're doing. Imagine how it's going to feel for those boys. It's crazy stuff. But Johnny, I did have a question for you. I know you're not
another one.
I know you're not in the studio much because you travel the world for whatever you do.
What do you mean, whatever I do?
Nobody knows what you do.
Nobody. No. What do you mean nobody knows what I do?
What the hell are these earmuff bunny ear things on your microphone stand?
It took you an hour. You're just now noticing that you're the most.
I'm busy in here.
You're busy doing what?
Well, I got Pornhub on this screen.
No one
got
knows
the game on that screen.
No one knows what you do either.
That's right.
Let's
keep it that way. Hey, I want to ask you. You don't ask me.
There's a story. There's a story behind it. I just got back in town, and I like to go out a little bit and have a little fun. And I met a cool person that gave me a challenge that said that I would not put these earmuffs on air today.
Oh.
So me, I like a great challenge, right?
And especially an easy one like that.
I like this is an easy. Whether this person, Sterling, we did call you out on air.
Oh,
Sterling.
Oh. Didn't believe that I actually would be on TV or on air, or she just doesn't like the earmuffs. I don't know which one. Maybe a little bit of both. So here you go. Like I said, they're right here. I can't put them on because
what's the payoff? Like, so you did it. So what does she have to do?
We'll find out.
Introduce me to a friend.
Go on a date with you.
Okay.
It's like Kate Bosworth. A date with Tim Ham. Right.
I'm better looking than Todd Hamilton.
It sounds like she lost the bet if that's what's going on.
That's for sure. She lost the bet.
Hey, I'm a catch.
She lost the bet as soon as she said hello to me. How about that?
All right.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. I see you.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was fun. We played around with a little joke yesterday. So here you go. So that this is the meeting. They'll stay up here. They'll stay up here the rest of the show.
Did she give those to you? Or were those already yours?
Nah, that's the real prize.
I think I took them.
Oh, you just took them?
I don't really ask. I just
Not very.
Oh.
That's not very 2023 of you.
No
sir.
means no.
That's what she said.
Well, I'm not 23. So that's the story. That's the story behind the light blue earmuffs. And it's cold here. I've been in Florida.
It's
so
70 degrees today.
It's cold for me.
All right. So Colby.
Yes.
Speaking of bets, it wasn't really a bet. It was more of a challenge.
It was just more of a, what you mean you haven't seen this?
And I haven't. I'd never heard of it. So Colby challenged me to watch the 2011 Zack Snyder thriller fantasy somewhat biography.
I mean,
the words right here.
Sucker Punch. So and this was about a week ago. I forgot you did this, I think 3 weeks ago, probably.
right.
It's probably been 3 weeks ago. It was before Christmas and all that.
It was somebody's birthday or something along that lines, I think.
And I forgot, the night after and all that. Well, I came home drunk one night and I'm like, I'm going to watch Sucker Punch. Except I couldn't remember the name of it.
I mean, drunk one night.
Well, this particular night.
Okay.
I mean, it's specifically this night I came home drunk.
Okay.
Dropped off by my Uber, of course, because I wouldn't do that.
Oh, now you want to be responsible.
Yeah, right.
Hey, when it comes to drinking, you got to be responsible. You're an amateur.
You are.
So I get home and the kids are being dicks, and I'm like, y'all go to freak the bed. So I got up, made me a ham and cheese sandwich. Get in my bedroom, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to turn on this movie that I can't remember the name of now. So, and I've told this part on the air before. I went in and I started just searching for S movies on the search bar, trying to see if it would show up because I couldn't remember. I didn't want to text Colby because it was late, and then which I ended up doing anyway.
Did you answer?
I can't remember if I responded or not.
No, you did, because I just sent you a picture of the title screen when I finally found the right one.
Colby doesn't drink.
No, well, he does, just not out.
I did New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
How about
just
that?
like last New Year's Eve. We had
in a mosh pit.
Colby and I had a little video challenge last New Year's Eve. We never told that on the air. That was pretty funny.
Right.
But so I came across Superbad, and I'm like,
which is a great movie.
I'm like, oh, that's probably it, because I didn't remember what the hell that was. So I turned it on, went and poured myself a drink, got in my jammies, sat on the edge of the bed where I normally watch TV with my sandwich, and I just started watching Superbad.
You lost me at jammies.
And I'm like about 20 minutes in. Oh, they're
trying to ski past.
I had my Batman pajamas on. Mm-hmm. I'm about 20 minutes in before I realize
this can't be it.
Oh, wait, this isn't it. There's no hot chick in a schoolgirl outfit with a samurai sword.
There's not?
Not in Superbad.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, this isn't the right one. So I was going to text Colby, as I'm walking up to my phone, which is on my dresser where my TV is, it hit me. I'm like, oh, Sucker Punch. I don't know why I remembered it right then. So turn it on. Sent Colby a screenshot of of the the title screen. He was like, "Oh, cool," or whatever. So I got about what felt like 3 hours into it.
I feel like you were CrossFit.
When apparently in reality it was about 35 minutes. And I'm like, I'm tired.
Okay.
And I turned it off. And it was right at the point where she's fighting the steam-powered zombie Nazis.
Right.
Which, by the way, so by the way, I got some pictures we're going to throw up here for Johnny and everybody that isn't familiar. There's 3 of the girls. Oh my God.
That's Sucker Punch?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told you my relationship with one of the guys in that movie.
That's with this guy.
Yeah.
Johnny's buddy, Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. Yeah.
That he decided not to disclose until way after Star Wars came out.
Right.
I mean, I'm private people. Some people just don't like to be called out that way, and I'm private. He's private.
By the way, if Moon Knight season 2 starts to happen, we need to try and see if we can't do something there.
Well, I don't know what Moon Knight season 1 means, but
it's his show.
It's his show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oscar has a long story. I don't want to get into it too much until you want to get on Moonlight too. But yeah, he's a good dude and had a few holidays with the guys. Cool guy.
So it's a pretty badass movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was confused by the movie. I was entertained by the movie. I was confused even more because especially when I was watching it drunk, I had no free. So here's the deal. Like the way it starts out, it's a typical Zack Snyder movie. It's very little dialogue. It's in it, the slow motion, then regular motion, then slow motion, then regular motion. It literally starts off with hardly any dialogue. Like it's just all the murder at the beginning, her going to the insane asylum and all this crap. There's no dialogue, hardly.
Jamie King.
And you don't even know what the hell's going on.
Or the what's her name?
Who? Oh, the Asian chick? Well, you knew her name earlier.
Jamie King?
No,
No, it's not Jamie.
it's not Jamie King.
not from the Jamie Foxx show, huh?
No.
No. But so Emily Browning stars as Baby Doll.
Right.
Dude, Emily Browning has never been hot, but dude, she is hot in this movie as a blonde. Not a big fan as a brunette, which she normally is, but I don't want to get into the whole story. I'm just going to review the movie in my eyes. Dude. And so I didn't look at the trailer. I didn't look at anything before I watched it. But after I watched it, I already had made my review in my head. I went back to look at movie reviews online. Dude, nobody liked this movie.
No, I mean,
It was not popular.
It was not.
Had a budget of $82 million and it made
I hate to cut you off.
89.
It looks like they're canceling the game.
I was about to say that's why I just
that's not good.
Looks like yeah.
Yeah, game suspended. I just got a text.
Yeah, so
I mean, honestly, I don't know that it would have been good to continue. Like,
no,
nobody's in this in
that
a headspace.
That'd just be insult to injury.
Yeah,
right?
irresponsible. Yeah.
So thoughts and prayers. If you're a praying person out there, it's time to start doing that for the family and everybody involved. But so I went back to look at the reviews. This did not do well. I had no idea who was in it. I was shocked to see Oscar Isaac in it. I'm a big fan of his work. It has, of course, like I said, Emily Browning. I'm a little bit familiar with her. Carla Gugino was in it, who I freaking love.
She's from Spain.
Dude, she is awesome. She is hot, by the way.
She's from Spain.
Is she?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's probably Mexican.
What is happening right now?
Taco Bell, you're not going to be a sponsor. None of these Uncle Julio's.
So long story short, Colby, yes,
Uncle Julio's.
badass movie, underrated, and I feel like it's something I'm going to watch way more times going down the road because I kind of want to watch it all back to back. But we talked about it on text, like what other movie can give you dragons, robots, steam-powered zombie Nazis,
and giant ghost samurais,
and a hot chick in pigtails in a schoolgirl outfit that carries a samurai sword?
There's not many out there. The every little sequence that's in this movie is one of those that you're like, wow, this is epic. And if it's just its little short film itself, that is amazing.
Is it all black and white?
No,
it's just the muted colors a lot,
That's what I
or
was
the
about to say, yeah.
or the change in tones a little bit. a lot like what Zack Snyder likes to do,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
think like 300 or your
Mhm.
Justice League. That style of coloring. It
I want
has-
this poster on my wall. By
It
the way.
has-
dark, right?
Yeah,
Like
it has some brooding, and then darker colors and tones, and then it'll have bright moments to where it's almost just over bright. And oh my goodness, that is everything. The movie itself is it's so all into all the different things that it is, and then it comes back and kind of
I see you, Tim.
punches you in the face a little bit with, oh, but this was what was going on.
Yeah.
And that's the whole key to the sucker punch. It hits you where you're not looking at. So that I really enjoyed the movie when I saw it. I've seen it multiple times now, of course. And it is what it is, that type of movie.
And I wasn't disappointed, and I thought the ending, and I don't want to give away the ending for especially because I think Johnny and Gary need to watch it. We need to get their review. The ending, amazeballs.
Right.
A twist at the end, kind of a twist because I didn't see that coming. Maybe my favorite character though was Scott Glenn's character,
Because Scott Glenn's a badass.
the wise man.
does he play a bad character? Right? It's like he's
He's a good guy in this movie, but he's a badass.
that's rare. That is
Yeah, it is. But dude, Hunt for Red October, one of my favorite roles of his. I know he was in Schindler's List. I mean, God, just
Oh, he was the best in your
Ton-
favorite movie with Denzel Washington. He was
I
the
wouldn't
best.
know.
He was the best in Training Day.
Training Day, right? That's what I was saying.
Yeah. And just so we can catch up, everybody that is paying attention, if you are with us live, the Bills and Bengals game temporarily suspended at 5:58 of the first quarter. So not sure exactly what the plan is going forward for the game, if it's going to start up at any point or it's just because right now it just says suspended, not canceled. Or done. So we're not sure what's happening with that. We are paying attention to that, but of course, we're not going to get away from too much of our content because it wasn't going to be a whole lot about this game until Wednesday anyway.
Yeah, we were, and I'm sure we'll talk more about it on Wednesday now with
Correct
the events that have unfolded tonight. But so yeah, there's my review, and the end was my favorite. Just a badass ending to it. To me, it was a kind of a twist. A deviation from what maybe you expected to happen at the end. Oscar Isaac, just his character is just he plays a bad guy, but man, he plays it so well. Oscar Isaac can do whatever the hell he wants. He could play Big Bird on Sesame Street and win a freaking Academy Award.
Well, he's won Academy Award, but the thing with the people don't realize, he went to Juilliard, right?
Yeah.
So there's a little backstory that I know. He went to Juilliard, and he was an actor, but he taught himself to be a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So he taught himself at Juilliard. He didn't have any training for instruments, but he learned how to play 3 instruments at Juilliard on top of, the singing part. So the guy is just extremely talented when it comes to that. And
right,
I think he won. What do you win? Academy Award in like Llewyn Davis or something. There was Llewyn Davis. I think he won something for Inside Llewyn Davis which is
Inside Amy Schumer is what you're thinking of.
Nobody wants to think of that.
He picks up these roles that are challenging, but just kind of off, not really premier, like big, strong. I mean, you're the Star Wars fan, right? And he picked up that, but the guy can, he's one of those guys that he can kind of do anything. And
well, I mean, he's proving it with the Moon Knight series. He's playing one character that is also like will end up being 4 different characters.
Multiple personalities. Yeah. Before I lost interest, he was doing really well. I just don't understand what's happening.
Well,
doesn't take much. I know.
First role he ever did, you'll be shocked what I tell you.
Porn.
Stop.
I mean, that would shock me.
I mean, he's right. It was a good guess.
It was just like his first, and he was like, it was 30 seconds. He was in All About the Benjamins.
Really?
He was the guy that was driving the trailer that got. Yeah, it's like crazy, But it was filmed in Miami. He's from. He's not from. He's from.
Apparently, he's British.
No, he's not British. He's Guatemalan. The family's Guatemalan, but he lived in Miami most of his life. He's not British.
Well, he has a British accent.
No, he doesn't.
I mean,
he does.
He does a good British accent.
Oh, I thought that was his normal accent.
No,
that's the first character in Moon Knight that he has is British.
I know. I thought that was his normal voice.
His family's from Guatemala. He grew up in Miami.
Do they speak British in Guatemala?
I mean,
or is it Mexican?
What happened
tonight?
I don't know things.
It's our last show.
Boys, you want to get into some fun with real audio and video?
Please. Anything better than the British.
Or do you want to talk more about Mexico?
I do.
And the British.
I do.
You can have it.
They got fire ants down there.
Speaking of getting fired,
Mark that.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
they got fire ants down
Mark
there.
that. I mean,
You can use that on any show.
You're damn right. They got fire ants down there.
Every time he mentions the name of a golf course on the golf show, I'm going to play. They got fire ants down there.
What's your name?
They got fire ants down there.
Cocktails are good.
My name is Jeff.
It was Jeff. All right, boys. Our first fun with real audio comes to us from the Mayo Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Well, Duke Mayo is pretty good.
Duke's Mayo is good, dude. That's pretty good. It's better than Hellman's.
Again, like I told y'all, it's just the worst bowl game ever. Just because whatever coach.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that.
Yes, whatever coach that wins, they have to sit up there and sit down while they dump a whole bucket of mayonnaise.
You just got this problem with mayonnaise.
I love mayonnaise. I mean, Miracle Whip's better, but I love mayonnaise.
Have you not seen it though? Like a bunch of mayonnaise getting tossed on you, like it's just clumps and clumps.
Undercover
white
Brother is
stuff.
one of my favorite movies.
I love Undercover
That's why
Brother.
I hate it right there. That's exactly why I hate it. What he did, he squirted that hot sauce on there. That's exactly what
That's
he got.
so great. So apparently, radio broadcaster Gary Hahn has been calling NC State football and basketball games since 1991. Made a statement that you probably shouldn't say these days. And again, I don't know what the big deal was about it, but he is suspended indefinitely and I'm going to play it. There's no video, but it's going to go up on the screen with a picture of him. And we'll hear the audio as I turn the audio up. Here we go.
Sun Bowl. And amongst all the illegal aliens down in El Paso, it's UCLA 14 and Pittsburgh 6. That's with 11:15 to go in the second quarter.
Did you catch it?
I am cringing so bad right now.
What's wrong with that?
Can't say that.
Why?
Amongst all the illegal aliens.
Well, do you know what's happening in El Paso right now? I mean, he's not wrong.
But you can't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say it.
I mean, yeah.
No, we are trying to get sponsors and keep them. You cannot say that.
I don't.
You see what I have to back? See, he turned me off, right? So
Yeah, I turned you off. Yeah.
Gross.
You see what I have to deal with when I'm on the road to get sponsors?
I just don't get it. Like,
This is what I deal
This
with.
is the first show you show.
And I've been
how is that any different than calling out retards?
It's not.
Come on.
That's the reason why we tell you to stop doing it.
Can't do that either.
Stop it.
I don't get it.
Okay.
I apologize, Scott's Right Hospital, for all the work we've been doing as a sponsor. I understand if you decide this is not the best avenue for you.
It is though.
Hey,
It is.
hey, Tim.
We got kids watching.
Play my drop. Who I love?
We got sick kids watching our show right now that probably could benefit from Scottish Rite.
right.
I love all my white people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you probably can't say that because people take offense to white people.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they
I
don't.
would if I was white. I would.
I mean, you are.
I
You
wouldn't
don't.
like that at all.
No, shut up.
Moving on to our next fun with real audio video.
Oh, you just gonna skip past it now? Oh,
yeah.
So, look, we're not the most credible news source around here. I get it. Okay. Although Colby likes to fact check his stuff. All right. And I'd have to fact check my stuff for my printed work. But usually I don't really fact check anything else. I just sort of run with it. But you would think if you work for a big network like ESPN and you're responsible for putting graphics on a screen, you probably want to make sure what you're putting up on the screen is accurate, right?
Gift arm. He said, I mean, big time arm. And Peyton is all smiles right now. Gift arm. He said, I mean, big time arm. And Peyton is all smiles right now.
What?
Do you see what's on the screen?
The 1998 national champion.
It says Peyton Manning, Tennessee quarterback, 94-97. And then it says directly under his name, 1998 national champion. Tennessee did indeed win the national championship in 1998.
Yeah.
That was Peyton Manning's rookie year with the Colts.
Yeah.
And T. Martin was the quarterback at Tennessee.
Yes. About to say.
So ESPN, what do you guys got going over there?
I mean, one guy that's getting paid, $12 an hour decided, I need to get up some graphics. Give me everything on Tennessee. All right. He was a quarterback when? All right, cool. And they won the national championship. Win. All right, cool. It was obviously with Peyton Manning because he's the greatest quarterback they've ever had. So throw it up there quick.
I mean, it sounds sexy to say Peyton Manning. So I mean, are we really judging him for getting it wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
You're ESPN. You can't just throw up stuff.
They should have paid the dude 14 instead of 12.
Yeah. he might have took the time.
He might have took the time to do it right.
Yeah.
So the next one we're going to move on to has to do with the T-Sips down there in Austin. And I had the video, and now it's not here on my StreamYard, and I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to go back and do it again because that would take too long. So we'll go fun with real audio and video with no audio or video. I'll just explain what happened.
Oh.
How's that for a segment?
That's not a segment.
Did you guys hear about this? Steve Sarkisian berating the crew member before the Alamo?
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
Did he really?
I didn't know about that one.
So before UT is getting ready to run out of the tunnel, you know how the stadium or whatever, the broadcast team, you know, they'll hold them in the tunnel, but so they can announce them or whatever.
Right.
So apparently the team's sitting there, and then it was a girl, wasn't it? No, I think it was a guy.
It was, yeah.
It was a dude. Has the headset on, the jacket, you know, clearly with the staff of the stadium, and they're all sitting there. Well, the dude kind of just, and Sark's like facing him, like literally right here. So all the dude does was, you know, he goes up and he puts his hand on Sark's chest, and he's like, hang on just a second. As soon as he touched Sark's chest, dude, he lit into him. The quote is here: Sarkisian exploded and was seen mouthing, "Don't effing touch me again, mother effer. Get your effing hands off me."
Yep.
To the guy that worked at the stadium.
Now,
I'm like, come on, dude.
That's too much.
There's a couple of things out of this that I saw. Number one, it was a little much. It was a little much of a reaction. But number two, you don't touch the dude either.
See, I get that too. I mean, I get it. However, a polite like, hey, man, can you not touch
me? I was about to say, like, he went from 0 to 100.
Well, he must start drinking again.
I hope so.
No, seriously.
That's why they're 8-5.
That's one of those deals that, you know, you don't react that way if you're not on tilt for something.
Yeah.
Right. And man, I don't know.
Dude, it was bad.
I like Sark. I want to stick up for him. I like
don't.
Sark. Obviously, I like UT.
Did Matthew vote for him for coach?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he's big. Yeah.
I used to respect Matthew.
I'm sure he loves you too.
He never voted for me.
That's right.
Nobody would.
That's right.
I'd get all the votes. And then our last fun with real audio, boys.
Has actually got it.
He might have had this one.
Did you guys watch the who was it? 49ers. Who'd they play? Raiders?
The Raiders.
Yep.
You guys watch the end of that game?
I only got to see it, but I see the end of it.
So you saw the kick? It sort of mimicked the Ohio State kick.
I did. Yeah.
So somebody caught this on TV. This is, and they got Brock Purdy, on screen as they're trying to get his reaction to the hopefully the make, right, that would win it for the 49ers. However, standing behind Brock Purdy is the practice squad player, as I search for his name, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he's a practice squad player. He's not suited out. He's at the game. He is really excited as they kick this field goal, thinking they're about to win the game. And then you see him immediately, his demeanor change like pretty quick here. Watch, it's so great.
It's like wait, but it's like you notice the guy that comes up to him and puts his hand on his shoulder.
That was Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. That was not the same reaction because it looked like he thought he wasn't even really. He was just ready to celebrate. Either that or he was laughing because he didn't like the kicker.
Well, either way,
So,
Robbie Gould.
So
the all-time points leader for the Bears. Anyway,
he missed it. Oh, damn it.
But then, of course, the Raiders did Raiders things and turned the ball over on like the second play in overtime and gave them like a 21-yard field goal, and he made that one.
Right.
I was so excited for the 49ers to lose that game.
You know, if you look at that Raiders game, I mean, listen, I'm a David Carr fan. I do.
Me too.
I like Carr. I like Gary, but it doesn't bear well for him that Stidham came in and balled out, right?
I don't know if he balled out.
So
he played well.
They had a chance to win the game against probably the best team in the NFL.
No, he played well. I don't think he balled out.
So what
what do you mean?
What I want to see is this: since they got another game this week, you know, it's the last week of the last game of the season. I want to see if he can do it again, because I think it was just a fluke game.
How's it a fluke game when
they're playing the Chiefs this week?
I know, but the 49ers had something to play for. It wasn't like they're
for sure.
And I think they're the best team in the NFL.
I'm speaking on Jared. I'm not speaking on the Raiders itself. I just want to see if he does it twice. Hey, great. They might have their quarterback, quote unquote, unless they want to go draft.
Oh, no. He's a backup.
No. I know. I'm just saying, like the Derek Carr thing. If he balls out again, then it looks like Derek Carr is a problem. That's what I want to see. If he doesn't ball out this week, then okay, well, we know who the problem is. Which I mean,
I think it already showed that.
I think it's
McDaniels is a problem.
I do too.
Well, everybody knows McDaniels is a problem.
Well, I'm saying though, he looks like it's not on him because Jared came and balled out this week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And against the 49ers too, like you couldn't have had a better, hey, I benched my quarterback. Look what we did.
But you still got to win, right? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the Raiders all season.
Yeah.
Is they find a way to lose whatever game.
But he had a better game.
Yeah, he did.
With Stidham at the quarterback position this year.
Jared Stidham, 23 of 34, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yep.
The last interception cost them the game.
How many points did they score though?
So Jared Stidham is Dak Prescott.
I mean, no.
The Raiders scored 34 points.
He's not anywhere close as good as Jared Stidham. I mean, Dak Prescott's way better.
I just drew Johnny outside.
You did.
I fixed it.
I mean, you did.
I fixed it.
You did. It's just hard to. It's hard to concentrate when Tim is just throwing so much stupid in the air. It's like trying to breathe in a fart.
Okay, sorry. Jared Stidham is Tony Romo. Is that better, Colby?
Can we go to the next?
A big.
No.
It's trying to breathe.
Where'd Jared Stidham go to college?
In a fart.
Ohio State. Auburn.
I'm about to say, what's Auburn?
He's an SEC boy, yeah.
Auburn.
Oh, Tim, that goes what we talking about. No SEC quarterback.
Oh, he shares a birthday with my first wife.
Is that
August? And here's an interesting fact. My first wife and the chick that I cheated on her with have the same birthday 6 years apart. How you like that?
I mean, are you just now figuring that out?
I feel like that's a lot of research.
I think it's the first time I said it out loud.
Oh.
No, August 8th, 1969 was my wife's birthday, and August 8th, 1975 was the other chick's, whatever her name was.
It's a lot of good that's going on August.
And then I dated another chick like later in life who was born on August 8th. I'm like, I got to stop dating chicks that are born on August 8th.
All right, then.
Would that be a good pickup line at a bar if I walk up to a hot chick and go, hey, baby, you born August 8th?
And that's the reason why you have a trouble with CeeDee Lamb wearing double L's.
It's a terrible choice. Okay, look, Colby, I will eat crow on CeeDee Lamb if they win the Super Bowl.
You should eat crow right now because he's already the number one receiver that you
No, he is.
Never be.
He still runs terrible routes, and I think Dak still doesn't have full confidence in him. However, he is the best receiver on the team right now. And he has come heads and shoulders so far since the beginning of the season.
Because they have no one else to rely on.
And he's playing so much better. 100 catches, right? I mean, you can't argue with 100 catches
because they forced the ball to him.
Wow. Look, I'm not even doing that.
I like CD. I'm just telling you.
I don't think you do.
Who, me?
You not like him because he's black?
Everything you just,
yeah, that's the reason why I don't like him, Tim.
You don't like him because he's black?
Everything you just
love all my white people.
See?
Everything you just got through saying kind of makes you sound like you don't.
Yeah.
That I don't.
Yeah.
You sound like me talking about Dak Prescott.
Huh?
You know what sarcasm is.
I do.
That wasn't it.
That didn't sound like it to
That
me.
was a convincing argument almost.
Y'all are reaching.
Reaching. No, man, I didn't even have to stretch out at all. It was just right there in front of me.
It was a little hater.
I don't know. Can a 4th round pick ever be a good quarterback in the league?
I mean, seriously, Tim.
If a
Jared Stidham was 2019 4th round pick. What was Dak?
They both came from the SEC.
As a matter of fact, Jared Stidham was 2 picks better than Dak because he was number 133 overall.
Who else was in his class?
In 2019? I don't know.
Exactly.
CeeDee Lamb?
What happened?
He played quarterback, didn't he, up at Ohio State?
CeeDee Lamb didn't go.
I know. Just kidding. Wait, where'd CeeDee Lamb? Oh, he went to OU, right?
Tim,
Idiot OU idiots.
did you eat stupid for breakfast?
Wait, Colby? How can you like a player from OU if you're a Texas fan?
Because he plays for Dallas, right?
Because he's a Cowboy.
All right, it's not right, but okay.
I mean, no, it is right because I've oftentimes admitted that I am the guy that roots for the laundry.
Yeah, no, I do too, except for when it's Des Bryant and other idiots that have worn the star on their helmet.
I like Des.
There have been what? Why?
Because he's awesome.
God, he's a miserable failure of a draft pick.
Who?
And a miserable
He said
failure
Des
at number
Bryant.
88,
Des
Des
Bryant
Bryant.
is.
He's one of the worst Cowboys ever. I'm gonna make a list of the worst Cowboys ever.
And it'll be the worst.
Des Bryant might be number one.
I thought you were going to talking about your dating life. Tonight.
We did. You left. No, I didn't say that was tonight. We're going to do that.
That was short. Apparently, it was short. So.
That was a very short story.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh man.
Yeah. So new segment coming up for all of y'all out there that need dating advice from me. We're going to do a segment where I give you dating advice.
Right.
And if you take,
we will take questions.
If you take it.
We might take live calls on the air.
I was about to say they need to call you.
Yeah, we're gonna do live calls on the air.
That'd be great.
If you end up taking and using his advice, just be prepared for failure.
No, I know everything about women. I've been with lots of women.
Mm-hmm.
I know everything about relationships.
Because Tim Ham has failed in every shape, way, and form with the women.
Colby, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I see what you did there with the shape.
He said shape and form.
Ladies, be careful when you. First off, don't ever trust somebody has two first names or two M's on the back of each name.
Ooh. Hey, that just makes me smarter.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to the Sparrow's Nest.
Oh no, not the Sparrow's Nest.
Cocktails are good.
I feel like
this is Kerry coming at you live to all the ladies out there. Y'all enjoy this.
Not even here.
Fellas, vibe out.
Poor Kerry.
Grab a drink. Enjoy.
He didn't even know it was gonna be like that. He
I-
didn't even know it was so.
I like how in that he went to the word enjoy twice. It's like you can't just enjoy it once.
It was off the dome.
Yeah.
I promise you, it was off the dome.
He went to it twice. He's like, enjoy, lady, have a drink, enjoy.
No doubt, the best part of the show is coming up with my main man Colby. So.
Wow, look at somebody quarterbacking the show over here.
You're so off the rails talking about your dating life.
Wow.
That went so far.
He's the Jared Stidham of this show.
Wow. 3 interceptions.
Thank you.
You said 2.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, me, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. So we're going to we're actually going to college, guys.
I don't want to go back there.
We're going to college because at the Lake Superior State University, it's a Michigan college.
I knew you were going to do this story.
They have made a list of words that are banished for this year.
Did y'all know that I applied at LSSU?
So
I did not know.
I did.
Basically, they go through the teaching staff and they say, hey, what words need to be banished? And they do this every year. And these are the words for this year.
The Big Red's in trouble.
That they're wanting banished. And I'll start with number 10. And this is a group of words, so it's more just like the phrase. It is what it is. They would like that phrase.
I would too.
Banished.
Why?
Stupid.
It is a when it's not just something obvious that somebody's pointing out of you are what you eat, you are what you are, it is what it is. If it's a lot of times people will use that as a crutch, and when they don't have an answer of anything, and they'll go to it. So that would be number 10 on the words that they would like to leave and be banished. Absolutely at number 9.
Not absolutely.
Absolutely.
We are pushing this.
So just say yes or sure. You don't have to go.
Well, I mean, Colby, it is what it is. Poor Big Red cannot say absolutely anymore.
That's right.
There is a word on this list that makes me very, very happy.
Irregardless.
It's not even a word.
Irregardless.
I hate when people
Yes.
say that.
I'm okay with that one.
Irregardless.
I feel like people are trying to show out their vocabulary.
But it's not a word. The word is regardless,
Yes.
not irregardless.
No, it's true. It's true. Everybody's right. And the people that are using it are trying to show off their vocabulary.
Their lack thereof.
I didn't even know you was gonna do that tonight.
I mean, irregardless, it doesn't matter what we think.
Oh,
One that I do use when I'm talking to somebody and I am explaining one of my long form theories, and in the middle of it, to make sure that they are paying attention or know what's going on, I'll say, "Does that make sense?"
that's a good one.
Yeah,
They
want to
want
know
that,
they understand.
They want that to leave.
So
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Who is they?
It would be
LSSU.
the Lake Superior State University's faculty.
Was that in Michigan or is it Minnesota?
It's on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
On the Canadian border.
You think people listen to them?
Yes.
They
It's
do?
a good school. I tried to play hockey there.
Yeah, nobody listens to them.
Try is the operative
I
word.
did
right?
try. I applied and I lived
You don't
there for a while.
apply to play hockey.
I do. You have to apply to the
they
school.
recruit you.
No,
right?
you apply to the school as a walk, just like you do in football. You can be a walk-on. And I tried to be a hockey walk-on. It didn't work.
I feel like they got to come find.
Of course, I was like 32 at the time.
Okay, moving forward.
Sorry, Colby.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Irregardless.
Absolutely. By the way, moving forward is number 5.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Colby's tired of us. He's just doing his own shit. He's over it.
Yeah, you're gaslighting me. That's number 4.
Yeah, gaslighting.
Number 4 is gaslighting.
Stupid word.
Quiet quitting. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Quitting?
Yeah, quiet quitting.
Oh, quiet quitting.
Mhm.
I don't know about that one.
Mhm. Inflection point.
I thought it was just one word they're trying to get rid of. Are there,
No, yeah.
It's a list of words.
It's a list of words. And number 1, the GOAT.
Please get rid of that. I hate that more than
Why?
anything.
Greatest of all time.
The acronym. It's the stupidest.
Stop calling everybody the GOAT.
Well, their argument.
I want you to stop.
Their
calling everybody
argument is
the GOAT,
different
but
than
why
mine,
give it-
though. My argument is that it's a stupid acronym. Just say greatest of all time if they're really that great. Their argument, though, is there can't just be one greatest of all time. Like they'll keep coming, and there will be more than one.
Gross.
Can I ask this though? Why is it that the GOAT is the thing? Like the GOAT, the animal, it's not even all that. Like
No,
why
it's an
we-
acronym.
I get it, but I'm just saying we couldn't come up with nothing else. Like,
well, you come up with it then.
Well,
I mean, I'm thinking about it, but I'm just saying, like, GOAT.
No, what happened was somebody said, "Man, that dude is the greatest of all time."
And,
And then somebody was like, GOAT. That's bad.
So stupid. I hate it so much.
I'm not going to lie to you. We're probably going to be at the GOAT a little bit later on tonight, aren't we, Tim?
Definitely.
Oh,
Oh,
my
dude, we
gosh.
haven't been in there at night
I know,
before, have we?
I know.
Oh,
I'm gonna, it's going to be a Buenos Dias, I think. No,
Buenos noches.
Buenos noches.
Oh, look, I'm speaking Mexican.
What happened?
It always goes that way.
Well, that's why we're not going to go, actually.
Hey, we're going to walk in there. I'm going to be recording on my phone.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So going from there, we're going over across the pond.
Good day, mate.
Because there's a little bit of a trend going on this past Christmas that's happened over there, and kind of hoping that doesn't trend over to here. And mainly because the trend has been as well. One lawyer, and Diane Benusi, said that clients are now presenting divorce papers as a means of taking back control, and they're doing that by presenting the divorce papers in a wrap present for Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, I like that.
No. Can you imagine the person that doesn't know anything's going wrong or anything's bad? Everything's great. It's Christmas. Everybody's supposed to be happy, even when you're not. You've got your parents over and everything like that.
Wow.
And she unwraps her gift, and it's like a coat or a diamond ring or something, and you unwrap yours, and it's some divorce papers.
That's greatness.
I'm gonna be honest though. Like
that's called the bait and switch.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Can you imagine unwrapping that bow, taking the lid off that MFer, and then and your old man looks across at you and goes, "Hey, what'd you get? What'd she get you?" And you just kind of slowly, defeatedly raise up those papers.
And she laughing. She smiling like,
Oh, that's awesome.
She's doing.
If you're really that surprised, you've messed up a lot.
I want to get married again just so I can do that.
You there's no listen. The government will not allow you to marry.
You can get married in the state of Texas 7 times.
You're way past
What
that.
number are you at, though?
My next one would be 4
I have to say,
in this country.
I've been at like holiday, family holidays where people have been arrested and everything else has happened.
Really?
I mean, who had
No, it's happened.
Who had?
Colby got stabbed at Sunday school.
You had?
I got stabbed at Sunday school, so I know. Still
What'd you do?
I still got the scar in there, everything. No, but I can't imagine going over to somebody else's house and not being privy to anything, and then all of a sudden the wife opens up her present and she's got the fake smile on and everything's going great. No, look at the kids and all that, and them some papers.
I mean,
Can you imagine
if I am a guest there, I'm not lying to you. That is the best story I'm telling for years.
I mean, it might be a little awkward, just a little bit.
Think?
It might be a little awkward.
Yeah, that is the best story you can tell. Hey, what you did at your holiday?
Would it make you scared to ever open another present ever again?
Yes.
I got divorced. Yes. I got divorced. My
That's a good
holiday, I
thing.
got divorced.
On a holiday?
Yeah, well, I mean, no, not me. I never.
Christmas.
I'm just saying, you get those papers.
Yeah. Like, hey, what happened? Well, I saw my friend get divorced.
But you know what?
And a present.
That might be a blessing for a lot of people to get that shit.
No, I'm not. I'm sure that might be, but that's not the time. I'm just telling you.
Like saving for private. Like, I got one more gift for you, but
time.
you don't get it till later.
Yeah, that's not the time. You could have waited till later, right? You didn't have to. No,
Hey,
the kids are opening up their gifts. Santa Claus has been here. This is great. You open yours, it's like Dad's moving out.
That's Santa Claus.
Dad's moving. 2 Christmases.
Man, celebrate that.
Laces out.
That's when you got to sit there and be like, Santa's not real
Laces out,
anywhere.
Finkel.
Yeah. You just go ahead and throw the whole Christmas in the
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
You realize by this point therapy is going to be happening, and the college fund's going to a person for them to redo their office and stuff like that. That's fine. Let's go from there to Kershaw County. This is in South Carolina, where the authorities would sure like for you, if you're going to make donations to the donation bin, that you take the clothes off of the dead body and put them in there instead of just throwing the whole thing in there. So
what?
Oh yeah, no. So police officials, as they noticed a smell was coming from the donation bin.
Oh.
They went back and looked at cameras, and somebody unknown took their dead friend and donated them to charity. The whole body and everything.
Huh.
They can get their organs.
I mean, sure, right, but you didn't think nothing of that guy.
No.
No. Oh man, he's gone.
Was this like a Goodwill donation bin? Because then he might have just been trying to donate the clothes he was wearing.
No, that's just the ones that they sit up on the side of the road, right? You just go dump your clothes in there,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They ain't think nothing of him.
Can you still write it off?
I'm pretty sure not. Pretty sure you don't want to be the one that claims that action.
Because that's a lot of write-off for a whole body.
I mean, it is. Depending on black market prices, I mean, last time.
Why's it gotta be?
You want to take it to?
Why's it got to be black?
I mean,
that kidney's worth a lot of money.
I mean, it
is.
That hey, I heard the testicle is worth $40,000.
I'll give both of mine up right now.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
40?
So
Wait, I need that website.
So
blackmarket.org.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think you're gonna get it like that.
I don't think I'd look that up.
Blackmarket.org.
That's not what you think it
You're
is.
connected to.
I'll tell you what it is.
So there's that. By the way, did y'all hear about Dr. Love? Dr.
The
Love.
song?
No. Actually, I had this story. He's finally been convicted. So Malachi Love Robinson. He is 18 at the time of all this happening. He gained a little bit of notoriety after opening his own medical clinic and practicing medicine without a license.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So Dr. Love, what happened to Dr. Love is an undercover officer. She went in for a physical checkup, to which Dr. Love physically checked her up, and then once Did everything on the up and up, by the way. Just looked at all the important pieces and made sure she was ticking and all of that kind of good stuff. Sent her on about her way. He didn't have a medical license, so he's been sentenced to 28 months in prison, which is really not that.
That's not bad.
Wow,
not that bad.
I mean, if his name is Dr. Love, I mean, I would take it. I'd take. I don't know. I think he's cool. I think he's cool in my book.
I remember hearing the story
I've
when
done
it came or whatever, when it came out when they first got. I was like, I mean, don't sound like he's not doing a good job. So like,
Right. Nobody was
complaining.
and everybody was okay with it. So he just was, yeah.
And he is Dr. Love.
It's true.
He put doctor in his name. That was smart.
I changed
Yeah.
my name.
I mean, that was actually he wasn't lying to nobody. So there's that. Nobody asked him if he had a medical license.
Right.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm Dr. Love. Oh, okay, cool. You look a little young to be a doctor. Well, you know, things.
Check for him.
You need some medicine?
Sure.
So there's that. Let's go to Florida, where a man is accused of impersonating a U.S. Air Force special agent.
This is the first time he ever went to Florida, I think.
Yeah.
On this show.
Yeah. Today, because Florida is America's wang. So, according to the county sheriff's office arrest report, Stephen Scott, 37, entered higher up smoke shop. By the way, not a bad name. On December 10th, with a gold badge hanging from his neck, and asked the shop employees for help with a Delta 8 product, which Delta 8 is a legal form in Florida right now of THC.
It's really bad too.
Yeah, it's
not good.
It's a thing. So
I've heard.
Right. It's not terrible either. I mean, if you just need the THC to happen and you can't get your plug to show up.
That's a good band, by the way.
Your plug.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
The thing is that
TLC.
He hand wrote special agent on a card and told the employees that he was a special agent.
Oh, I've done that.
And even though he had a gold badge around his neck, and he started trying to say, hey, no, all this stuff's illegal. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to confiscate it, which you're the U.S. Air Force special agent. I mean, how niche do you need to get with this? You went that far to where, but then all the story you went and all the things you had prepared and a badge and everything, you had to hand write special agent on something.
That's what I'm saying. He can go to Office Max to get something printed out.
I mean,
sounds like he's business partners with Dr. Love.
So he got caught for impersonating a U.S. Air Force special agent because they're going to be worried about Delta 8 in Florida because, of things. So smart on you. Not smart on you, of course, because you're Florida. Now, I have heard the reason why there are so many stories that are out there from Florida is because Florida has a lot more way of being free with all the information that happens to them. Anything that happens that is a crime is quickly sent to anybody and everybody. And so the information spreads a little bit better than it would in other states. That's the reason why Florida man always seems to be a lot more dumb than everybody else. No, dumb shit happens other places. It's just that we don't get to hear about it as much as it does in Florida.
Well, not true. There's a lot more. It's not the right. There's a lot more dumb people when
Johnny would know. I believe it.
And the way I said that sentence just proves to you that there it is.
No judgment.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. You don't go to Florida because they're smart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, cool. And finally, if you're in Ohio and you think it'd be a good thing, you're on a rural road.
Now slow down on this one. This gets a little close to home, dog.
In Ohio, and a group of your friends decide it's a good idea to go ahead and drive by a couple of mailboxes and hit them with a baseball bat.
Not a good idea.
Okay, well, you can't say Ohio because you got to. Ohio's not all the same. What city is this at? Because Ohio's not all the same.
Columbus.
No, it's not.
Cleveland.
I'm about to say Cleveland, probably, right?
Cleveland's not Ohio. Cincinnati's not Ohio.
Toledo.
That's certainly not Ohio.
Okay, all I've got is rural resident.
So the backwoods.
Okay.
Probably Akron.
I'll just.
Oh man, that's Ohio, right?
Yo.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So what had happened was that this gentleman, Matt Burr, who was fed up with the Vandals playing mailbox baseball.
Of course he was.
Dug an 8-inch diameter pipe into the ground and filled it with a mixture of cement and stone.
Not mad at it.
But the problem is that the baseball batting never happened. But somebody did lose their traction on the road and hit that SOB with their car, which flipped it. Because he didn't write on the side of his mailbox something along the lines of fortified mailbox, the Ohio
You made this shit up.
No,
There's no way.
no. The Ohio Supreme Court ultimately siding with the actual guy that was in the accident because he didn't notify that the mailbox was not movable at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah, he had to put up there
Wow.
because he secured the structure. He had to put up there some kind of warning so that anybody that hit it would realize that it's going to do more damage than a normal mailbox.
Anyone that hit it in the
Yeah.
resident, anyone. So assuming that's just it's
By
like
the
a
way,
stop sign, right?
In other mailbox news, this is in Oregon, as there was kids that tried the same thing, baseball bat to mailboxes, and as they were going for a mailbox, one of the kids hit a telephone pole instead.
It's
Tell
the
me he
mailbox
went out the
person's fault too. I promise.
Ow.
When he hit the telephone pole,
He went
the
flying.
bat flew out of his hand. Not really his problem. He just got a little bit of the vibrations. The problem is that Joseph Hermosillo was in the back seat. Baseball bat went back. Like the cigarette that gets floating out the window and your back window's open and it comes back through.
Oops.
Same thing happened with the bat
Yeah.
and hit Joseph right in the noggin. He's okay. He has 36 screws in his head and part of his skull's gone.
Did they sue the Ohio people too for that? The concrete mailbox?
Yes, yes, they did. They did. They went after Matthew Burr as well. They said, you know what?
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Great name. Great name.
Our state is the same with so
Yeah,
it's your
we
fault
might
too.
be in Oregon, but man, fuck that Matthew Burr guy for putting cement in his mailbox. Asshole. There you go. And that's news and notes, everybody.
Thank you, Colby Sapp. Thank you to Johnny. Thank you to Gary for joining us and making the show so much more difficult than it needed to be. We need to give a special shout out before we end the show to, of course, our special sponsors that we have remaining that haven't fired us yet. Highlands Performance Golf Center at highlandspgc.com and Turf Life. It's not an apparel brand. It's a lifestyle brand at TurfLife.club. Go check it out. Get your window decal and your shorts like I did because they're badass shorts.
Badass.
We will keep everybody updated on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. If we hear anything about DeMar Hamlin later tonight, when I get home, I'll be checking on it if I'm sober enough.
I got a tweet just not to get off. All of us know I had a little similar experience. It looks like it was a heart attack, and one of my greatest friends in the world texted me and watching the game, and he was actually the person that actually saved my life in the spot.
Nice.
So he texted me, watches the show all the time. I love him to death, and we'll see how this thing plays out. We're fingers crossed. But he asked me if I felt comfortable about maybe sharing my story if this comes to a bad way, maybe on Wednesday after the show. So I don't want to say his name. I don't want to. He's my brother. I love him to death. And,
He knows who he is.
Yeah, he knows, and he texts me, and he's watching this, and brother, I love you. So if it comes to a spot on Wednesday and we want to see this thing come, I'll definitely share my story if it really helps and give some insight to what's going on there.
That'd be awesome. We will be back Wednesday with another Drunk Sports podcast, 7 p.m. Central on our YouTube channel, the Fan Stream Sports DSP Media Podcast Network, and on various YouTube outlets, on Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. We hope to see everybody then. We will preview Cowboys and Commanders and lots of other stuff for you. We'll go over our picks as we wrap up the year before we get into the playoffs. Colby, you want to take us out?
Yes. us here at the Drunk Sports Podcast just want to remind you that every day that you're not chasing something that you want to chase down is another day gone by that you haven't actually tried to go after your dreams. Go after them, guys. We love you. Good night.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Drunk Sports Podcast. Join us next time for more drunk sports talk. They are hammered. Until next time, here's to ya.
We're all drunk.
This is the funnest night ever.